welcome back to Backyard Dynasty. Shout out to the crew. Finally got all three of us here.
Finally.
For those who don't know, my name's Anthony, a.k.a. Fleet.
It's your boy Willpower, a.k.a. Fancy Sons.
And I'm Cam, a.k.a. Scam Man.
And let's get right into it. First, let's get in hot. Draymond JP.
Draymond, jumping right into it.
Right into it.
Introduction into the punch. Okay.
Dude, how about Draymond getting on Pat Bev's pod and straight dissecting this dude, JP? What are we doing here?
Can I just also say, Pat Bev don't need to have a podcast. He does not need to have a podcast.
I disagree highly.
Really, I don't like Pat Bev.
He is one of the most entertaining players in the NBA, in sports.
In entertainment, yeah, I get it.
This man brought a camera onto an NBA court during an NBA game.
Yeah,
he
to
brought
show the ref.
And showed the referee
Yeah.
LeBron James being fouled. This man is entertainment. He is what sports media is.
Dude, that was so funny, though, when he did that, because it's like, you've never seen anyone do that before. And he goes straight over to the photographer and is like, you got that foul? Like, he looks at him like, you got pictures? And he's like, all right, bet. And so during the timeout, he goes over, what was it, Tony Brothers, I think, right?
Yeah.
He goes over to Tony Brothers, and he's like, look. And Tony's like, man, get up out of here. Give me a T.
Yeah, I was going to say, didn't he get a tech for that?
Oh, yeah, he got a tech for
That's
sure.
hella funny.
Had to have.
That's hella funny.
This whole season might have been the funniest NBA season of all time.
Yeah. Have you been seeing those threads on Twitter where they're like, this season doesn't get talked about, like so much funny shit happened?
Yes.
And it's just a thread, and everybody's like, oh, like when Pat Bev was throwing his jersey, like, or whatever for the, just stuff like that when he was doing like the play-in.
Best moment of the NBA season. Funny moment.
Oh.
I don't know.
I'll let you think. I think the Dylan Brooks Outcast Hey Ya intro. This man came with the straightened hair.
Dude.
Oh, I
dancing
know
in
what
the
you're
tunnel.
talking about. I know what you're talking
Dude. One thing you can say about the Grizzlies, though, like at least the team that they had fun. And
Yes.
that's contagious. Like you watch it and you're like, these guys like each other. And personally, for me being a Warrior fan, it was like, man, I miss that because the Warrior teams, or at least just this one this last year, they didn't have that at all. Like they did not like each other to the point where they're doing stuff like that, dancing down the tunnel in the pregame and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So,
it's a different dynamic too. Even being in that building, it's just different. Like you see the chemistry on the floor. You see even like it's just the whole culmination of being in San Francisco. It's just different. It's not what it used to be in Oakland. Like the fans, it's an entirely different demographic. The players have vocalized that the fans aren't the same. Like they don't get as rowdy. When you watch a Warriors game from last season, not the season they won, but like this past season, you will see them constantly tell the crowd, like, come on, get up, get into it, because they're used to that Oracle crowd, and that Oracle crowd was unparalleled. Like it was
it's that corporate crowd, man.
It's the corporate crowd,
it is.
and I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of white people. Look,
Oh, yeah,
and I'm not saying that's the problem. I'm just saying that they're not as enthusiastic as Oakland fans are, and that's where the problem is.
A lot of golf claps in that arena
Yes.
this year. A lot of, oh, wow.
Yeah,
That
but I
was-
mean, you look at
wow.
What a shot there by Stephen.
right. No, but you look at the difference between like Oracle and Chase, though, man. I mean, Chase is just, it's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
So there's no comparison in terms of aura, kind of atmosphere, environment that once you're in it. But the fans is what really makes it and takes it to that next level.
Mm-hmm.
And Oracle like had that working class people that really grew up loving the Warriors. And the Chase is now kind of this enterprise type of take out your customers.
Right.
It's a corporate environment. We're going to get you free tickets. People that may not even really watch basketball or know a lot about the Warriors.
Yep.
I mean, most of those fans in there, I bet you if you asked them like the 13th, 14th, 15th and the two-way players, they probably couldn't name all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a problem because if you talk about culture and a crowd and the aura that it creates in terms of being in an away arena for the opposing team, it's way less like intimidating when they barely even know the team. They don't even know the players, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So when you get into like a playoff atmosphere, it's not as like a daunting task to go into Chase Center versus going to Oracle Arena for all those years.
Yeah. But I mean, funny enough, with that, we digress because we also opened up talking about Draymond and Jordan Poole.
Right.
With my side comments. All right.
I'm going to ask you because you're the resident. You're a Warriors fan, but he's like, you bleed blue. Like, you are a Warriors fan.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you stand on Draymond? Is he, obviously, the Warriors function better when Draymond Green is on the court and on the team.
Yeah.
Where's the line at between doing too much and being an asset to the team?
Yeah, it's really tough. I think for me, when it first happened, of course, it's like Draymond's all to fault, right? And then there was this period of time where I think about it, and you see all the things that come out, all the reports and the stuff that they comment about, and you go, well, it's not completely all on Draymond, right? I mean, he made a terrible decision, and that is what ended up being the end game. Is he slept him, he sucker punched him when he wasn't paying attention, but JP certainly had a part in it, right? Like, he had to have really triggered him. It had to have been building. It wasn't just that one comment and all of a sudden, boom, that's it. Draymond sleeps him. So for me, it's like there's ownership both ways, but the part that's really gotten me to be feeling a sort of way about Draymond now is what he's doing now. Because if you guys remember when it first happened and like the season was starting and stuff, Draymond did this whole little like mini documentary on like TNT, and he did like a whole thing where he documented his whole process and his experience going through the time away from the team, and he was getting workouts in by himself, and how he made a really big mistake and he's sorry that he did this. So it went from this place of like apologies and ownership to now where he's talking on Pat Bev's pod like we're talking about, and he's now attacking his character and saying, I want to be working with adults. I'm looking forward to being amongst men. And it's like, what are we doing here? First of all, you've already won. The Warriors, the core already chose you. You've stayed. They moved him on. And now you're going to go on a pod and still be trying to break him down when JP has literally stayed silent the whole time, which is something that I can really respect. Because he comes from either two places, right? Either he knows that he really messed up and what he said was the magic words and he deserved it, and that's why he's staying quiet, or he's just taking the high road like, I'm not even going to say anything. Everybody saw what happened. Yeah, it's an embarrassment, but everybody knows that Draymond's the one that slept me. It's not like I did anything, right? So it's from either one of those places, I still respect it. But to this point now, Draymond's like, he's doing too much, man. Let it go. You won the fight already. Like, literally, you slept him, and you still got to stay, and you got paid. What else is there to talk about? Let it go. Let him have his career in Washington, and worry about trying to be good with CP3 because he's already starting stuff with him. Did you see the quotes he had?
Yes.
He's like, I didn't really like CP. I'm just looking forward to being able to talk amongst men. Like, dude, just play with it. Just play.
The amongst men, for me, it also like creates a divide a little bit between like Kuminga, the young guys, Moody. Like, you guys are kids, let the men handle business. Let let Steph, let Clay, let the veterans do our thing. You guys do it later.
Yeah.
It creates a little bit of a line too. And that's not what you need on a team like that. You need unity. You need a team environment.
Right. And you look at all those teams that have had like a dynasty run throughout like NBA history. You talk about like the Spurs and stuff like that. They bridged that gap where those veterans welcomed them in. And Draymond has, but it's kind of degraded to the point where now there's a real divide, like you said, or at least that's what it feels like. And now you talk about guys like Kuminga, Moody, and they've already shipped out Wiseman, Poole, Rollins, PBJ, all gone now. But they need to bridge that gap. And all the best teams, if they were going to be successful towards the end of their run, like Steph, Clay, and Draymond are right now, they have to bridge that gap and welcome those young guys and allow them to be themselves. Because you look at the Spurs, right? Kawhi came in. All of a sudden, he won the Finals MVP, right?
Indubitably.
Right. But it's like you look at what Draymond's doing, and Steph and Clay are not vocal, right? They're not those guys that are going to take that lead in the locker room and always be that voice and that heartbeat. They're going to lead by example and just be chill and be them no matter what. Draymond, it all rests on Draymond's shoulders, and right now I just feel like he's taking it to a level that's unnecessary. And he's almost like taking advantage of the voice that he has in the locker room now because he thinks that now JP's gone, problem solved, everything's back to being good. But no, you still have young guys in that locker room that have seen you visually sleep one of their teammates, one of their best friends on the team, and you haven't done anything to try to repair that because you have. So there was reports that came out from Monty Poole today saying that Kuminga and Draymond don't have a relationship at all. And that he has never really tried to help him, like take him under his wing and like show him the ropes. And it's like, what is causing the divide there? Because we haven't seen anything or heard anything about Kuminga and his lack of trying to fit in or do what he needs to do. So
it almost feels a little bit. I'm not a Warriors fan. I'm not big, but for Draymond, it could be one of those things like his play is declining a little bit. He's still great. Last year in the playoffs, he was essential to their run for what it was defensively in that Kings series. He was just an anchor. But you see sometimes in sports when players physically decline, that voice gets louder, that ego gets bigger because they know they can't hold up the same way they used to. So the voice is what they use and not the play,
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
It's just really tough right now because, like I said, JP stays quiet. He's moving on to Washington.
And he's a Wizard. He's not a Laker. He's not a Grizzly. He's not
right.
He's gonna be he's in the rear view mirror. Come on, who is talking about the Wizards?
Yeah. No. I agree.
Not a goddamn soul.
For sure.
No. I was like, not at all, bro.
Not
and
even
it's
JP.
And I'm like, dude, when I found out he got traded to when he got traded to Washington, I'm like, damn, of all places, like you could get traded to like the Magic. You're in Orlando, you in Florida. You could get traded to Toronto. Like it's Toronto, but damn, bro, Washington, DC, the capital of this whack ass country.
Oh, it's rough.
Damn, bro.
No, it's rough. And the thing with the Wizards is that they're still trying to recover from the carcasses of John Wall and Bradley Beal being there. So it's like,
Speaking of Bradley, did y'all see Bleacher Report? They tried to sneak in Devin Booker, KD, Bradley Beal, and Bol on the same graphic. They acted like
that.
Bol.
Right.
Big four. Bol, who gets 8 minutes a game.
yeah.
They're like, this unit's gonna be deadly next year. Like, while 4 out of 5 of them, yes, they will be deadly. But Bol, like, bro, I forgot he was still in the league.
Yeah, he's young too. He's like 24, 25. That could be wrong, but he's a youngin' for real.
Yeah. No, and the thing about the Suns, it's like they're just playing my GM out there, dude.
They
like,
are.
I feel like they're not even like
signing
getting
anybody they can get.
I feel like they're not even like getting people that truly fit the system and like people that are going to contribute. Like it's all
Confirmed. Bol is 23.
23.
Wow, 23.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Well,
on.
they're
Close.
getting young for sure. Like most of the people that they sign like are at a decent age right now. Like they're not super old. They got a bunch of young like versatile role players. But the thing for me, it's like Booker, and we were just talking about this last time. Booker, KD, Beal, all ball dominant scorers.
Yeah.
What do they do off the ball? I mean, Booker was off the ball at Kentucky when he was playing in college, so he knows a little bit of that kind of like the curl screen, coming off of screens and stuff like that. And same thing with Beal, but if Beal's going to be your point guard, he's not running that action.
Right.
As we've seen in Golden State, he did it for 2 years with the Warriors, but KD's not about that action. And then you look at Booker being the only one that could really do something off the ball, and then you got what? Bol. They just traded their only other point guard in Campaign. I mean, they got Damian Lee. It's just a bunch of non-ball
Campaign
handlers.
statement game, by the way, in the summer league.
Oh,
he
yeah,
went absolutely ballistic
yeah.
in his first game. And that he was carrying them in that. I think it was Game 6 when the Phoenix got blown out.
Yeah, exactly.
Campaign showed out for like what? 30,
He was the only one that
points.
showed up.
He was going crazy.
Yeah. He was the only one that showed up. I think he was like 6 of 6 from 3 at one point.
Yeah, he was going nuts.
So yeah, he definitely showed up. And Campaign's a good player.
He is a good player.
He's very unorthodox, where he gets into the lane and he can hit these running floaters going off of either foot. And he's just kind of a really good backup point guard in the league, which is hard to come by. I mean, I would put Campaign up there with the Monty Morris.
Tyus Jones.
Exactly. Monty Morris, Tyus Jones is literally the pinnacle of tier 1 backup point guards.
But Tyus Jones and Monty Morris, same team, if I'm not mistaken.
No. Tyus Jones just got moved to the Wizards.
I know. Isn't Monty Morris there right now?
No, but I thought, actually. I might be mistaken.
We went to a Wizards game, Wizards and Warriors game, and Monte Morris and Kristaps balled on your Warriors.
They did.
They went nuts.
Dude, that was a game.
That was a game. Who won that game?
To.
I forgot.
The Warriors did.
Damn.
The Warriors did. Yeah.
Damn.
Because I made you wear the Draymond jersey.
I was in the Draymond jersey.
Was that the game I came and saw you guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the game?
Yeah, right.
For those of you that don't know, Will works for the Giants and the Warriors. He's the ultimate plug for both Warriors and Giants tickets. Please,
From time to time.
flood his Instagram with requests for he loves.
From time to time. Don't put.
No, he's plugging everyone, man. He's giving everyone
who
tickets.
you are,
Don't
where you
put
come from. He loves requests
Don't
for
put
tickets.
my employment information on here. But yeah, sure. By the way, just watching this exchange has been amazing between you two, because my depth of knowledge for basketball when it comes to rosters is like It's like the 4-foot end of a pool. So I know a couple names, but when they said I just had to Google who Campaign was. Like,
just wait till we get to baseball. Oh my gosh.
well, baseball. Now that I've had time being in a baseball organization, I'm starting to hear names here and there. But actually, no, never mind. Yeah, I'm gonna have to Google every name they drop. But
no
as you were,
though, Campaign, closest thing to a non-human species in the NBA. That dude looks like a rodent.
I was gonna say he looked like a certain. I was trying to find what he looked like. Like I got his face right here, and I'm like, what do he look like?
Not to be
because
rude,
it's not human.
Me and Melly's my lovely girl. Me and Melly call him Ratman. Ratman is the name. And no offense, Campaign. He's
But if you're somebody like Campaign and you look in the mirror every day, you have to know and have some sort of self-awareness that's like, yeah, I'm not the best looking dude in the world, man.
You know what's so funny?
He's on the Al-Farouq Aminu on the,
Oh my god, what a name drop.
Yeah.
Al-Farouq Aminu.
You know what's so
goodness.
funny? I saw a TikTok today, and it was this female, this slightly unrelated, but we'll get back to it. But this female that said, like, I don't understand how men come up to women on the street and just try to spit game, but then you say that you're good, and then they'll be like, what, you can't have no friends? What, you got a man? Like, no. Why doesn't it ever come across your mind that, like, maybe, damn, I'm ugly. Like, maybe I'm just hurt. And that's why she don't want to talk to me, which is a highly possible probability, but a lot of that just doesn't make a connection in a lot of men's head. But yeah, I just thought that was hecka funny, as you were.
No. I mean, it's like I was saying, it's just, when you ugly, you got to know that you're
honestly,
ugly.
dude,
Like,
it's all about self-awareness.
That's it.
It's all about self-awareness.
And luckily, we got 3 decent-looking dudes sitting here, so
Right.
we don't got to worry about
And,
this
like,
ever. But it's
different
like,
varieties too. Whatever you
Right.
like. You got a full spectrum up here.
Campaign was like, damn, I'm not that good looking. Then let's play some ball. Let's find a way to make some money, because it definitely wasn't from the moneymaker on the face.
his looks got nothing to do with his quality of play, because he's
Touche.
a really, really
He's
good
a
NBA
great
player.
player.
Yeah,
Touche.
he is. Really
And
good
that
NBA
paycheck.
player.
That paycheck, he can cry, all that, wipe his tears away with $100 bills.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
For
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Oh, the other thing on JP before we move on past this. So Jordan Jimenez, J Squared on Instagram, who is his personal photographer that follows him. He was the one doing all the pictures last year for the Warriors that went viral, Steph's turnaround, all that different type of stuff. Shout out to you. Really quality photos coming from a fellow photographer. But he just posted today, Jordan Poole doing some boxing training at somewhere on his story. I don't know if it was Twitter or Instagram or something.
Self-defense.
Dude, I don't know if they were trolling just for laughs and stuff and reactions, or if they were being serious, but I was like, dude.
A little bit of both.
But, like, how can you post that right now? Like, it's such a sensitive time. Like, people go toast him even more, bro. And somebody was like, I can't wait for the DAZN boxing match in, like, 10 years between Draymond and JP.
That would be hilarious. It's like when Nate Robinson hopped in the ring.
Bro, I'll tell you what, Nate still hasn't recovered, bro.
That was tough.
Somebody, all I know is that, you know, sometimes, like, famous people, they have somebody take over their Instagram account and they just comment on everything. Have you seen that one girl? Her name's like Stephanie or something like that, and she like plays basketball. She comments on every top basketball post, and it's definitely like some social media manager doing it, because there's no way she's sitting in front of her phone all those hours doing it. And everyone just replies, stop commenting. We don't care. Like, we know that this is not you. And Nate Robinson's doing the same thing. Like, he's just posting and he's commenting on everything. And I'm like, dude, there's no way you're posting on all these things that are on your timeline, dude.
Or being that active. Like,
But
dude.
the point is, I was saying he still hasn't recovered, because everybody's like, oh, you're awake.
Bro.
It's like, oh, you woke up. And I'm like, man, he made a mistake going into that ring. And I'm like, imagine having to live with that meme the rest of your life. Like, oh, good morning. Like,
On that Jordan Poole note, Duncan Robinson from your Miami Heat, he just posted some photos from China playing basketball, and the comments did what the comments do.
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He said everyone's like, come on, Duncan, you know better than this, Duncan. You know better
He's
than
going to
this.
go join his man Dwight Howard.
Right.
Is he Anta? Is that why he's over there in China?
I have no clue.
Kyrie's Anta now, isn't he?
Kyrie is Anta.
Yeah.
And some other news. Yeah, that's an interesting move.
What's the name of the
I'll
shoe?
tell you what, though, China just doesn't care.
No, they don't at all.
I mean, they don't care. I mean, they signed Clay. He's so carefree. He totally fits what China is like. People love, like, Clay's personality. where he just is like goofy and unintentionally funny.
Yeah.
Like they just eat that up, man, over there.
I was gonna say, what's the shoe brand that he's with? Is it
Anta.
It's Anta as well.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Bro,
Yeah,
he is not the best golfer though. I watched the match.
Oh.
He was getting
He was
carried.
cheeks. Yo,
He
no,
was
for
getting
real.
Carried. He reminds me of a good friend of mine named Robert Lucero. We golf together quite a bit. We play best ball, which is a scramble in which you take the best player's ball. Blah 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 blah. The man carries me quite often, and I watched the match, and I kept seeing myself in Klay Thompson. And I honestly, I feel for you, Klay, because I've been there too. Yeah. And every time they took Klay's shot, I'm like, yes, we finally got one, Klay.
Right.
We got
win
one
for the little guys, right?
Win for the little. We can't drive, we can't putt, but that 6 iron from 190 out, just go, Klay.
Yeah, that's the thing about some golfers. If you do the scramble, everyone's got to contribute something, right? So either you got the flat stick on the greens, either you got the irons, or you got the drive. It's like you contribute something along the way. Because there's always one in the scramble who's like the best of everyone. So you could use a shot every single time. It could be a natural birdie, natural par every single time on every course.
Right.
Or on every hole. But if you get someone who's a solid putter or solid irons player, that's when it can like really take the scramble to the next level.
Your father seems like he'd be a great scramble partner, Joe Donuts.
Yeah,
he seems like he'd be.
Shout out Joe. Shout out Joski, because he's a quality golfer. He broke 80 the other day. He's done it before, but he broke 80. I think he golfed at like the Brentwood Golf Club or whatever. But
Which is terrible. If you're a golfer, Brentwood, do not go there. It is.
Wow. Brentwood catching a stray here on the pod.
Brentwood's got some great things. They got some great things, but golf is not where you want to. That's not where you want to go.
They have some great things, like a Dutch Bros. But after that, it's not a lot.
Dude, okay, hold on. Let's pivot from golf really quick. Why is Dutch Bros not in the Bay?
Because they are gatekeeping. They're gatekeeping that liquid gold. Dutch Bros, stop playing games and come take my money.
Dude, you go anywhere remotely in the valley, and there's one scattered everywhere. You can find one on every corner. It's literally like the Central Valley's Starbucks, bro.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I think it's also because like certain companies like to stay within a region. Like for example, like if anyone knows about this bakery, if you've been to SoCal, I don't know how you haven't known of this bakery. It's Porto's Bakery, right? Porto's is classic. Anytime you go down to SoCal, you need to make that happen. But when we were down in SoCal, we asked them, I'm like, yo, why don't you ever come up to the Bay Area? You have so many people that come from there down here just to get stuff and go back. Why don't you do it? And basically they said that the owner wants to keep it as a SoCal thing because, like, I mean, it originated from SoCal, but, like, they want to keep it in that area. So there's, like, 4 or 5 different locations. But it's like, why?
Sounds like they don't want to make more money.
That's what I'm saying. But I think also, like, you want to escalate your business, but then you don't want to become, like hella corporate with it. And I think that's the point of view they're coming from. But honestly, yeah, scared money don't make no money. So like,
oh, and I agree there because there's some businesses that don't want to become a monopoly and just take over everywhere like a McDonald's or something like that. Right. But for Dutch Bros, it's like they're so close to the Bay, and the Bay is literally a cash cow. Why would you not at least like put one like do the Canes? Just put one in Oakland.
What's the closest, like Santa Rosa, right? The closest Dutch Bros?
That or Brentwood.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Their drink names are so
There's
fire.
one in Davis, I believe, too.
Yes.
I was driving by Davis the other day on my way to Sacramento or whatever.
And I love all the Dutch Bros because when you pull up, it's all a bunch of young college kids working. They're all hyped off of caffeine, and they're always playing some good music.
Yeah,
like
they're always in a good mood.
Someone asked
it's like
me,
Chick-fil-A, but for drinks.
Yeah. So one of them asked me when they took my order, they're like, you want to play a song? I was like, what? He was like, yeah. You want us to play a song for you? I'm like, word. I told him play some Blast. He went over to the shack.
That's what you were gonna say.
They played Blast when they asked me, and I, like on the loudspeaker, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, you deserve this tip. At that point,
they play Moves Like Jagger by Maroon 5. That's what I would have said.
Play Night Changes.
Cam would have said, play some Malesso.
Play some Malesso. Let's get a rave in this Dutch Bros.
What would Fleet have asked for?
Play some Mick Jenkins.
There you go. There it is.
Play Cough Syrup by Young the Giant.
Oh, that's also not a bad shout.
Right there.
How about opposite ends of the spectrum here? You went rap, you went alternative.
Hey, I got you.
A little bit of flavor for the boys here.
You got to have that flavor.
You got to have a nice palate. You always got to have a nice palate.
All right, Cam, this is for you. Ultra Giants fan.
Oh, yes.
Do you trade for Ohtani now? Yes or no, and why?
Absolutely not. Okay. No chance. The reason is because we have a farm system that's been revamped, I guess you could say, by Farhan Zaidi. We have young players. Marco Luciano's coming up soon. We've got a Kyle Harrison left-handed pitcher. He's a beast. Shohei Ohtani is going to be a 2-month rental, and the Giants have a good team. Don't get me wrong, but J.D. Davis, Mike Yastrzemski, Jock Peterson, Patrick Bailey, these guys are probably not going to carry you to a World Series this year. And adding Shohei is only going to deplete the depth we have going forward. He's going to be a free agent in 3 months, and he does not want to stay in L.A. Maybe he might want to stay with the Dodgers, but not with the Angels. Try for him in free agency. You give up nothing. You can build around Shohei. You can bring up those young players, and you can build a team rather than a depleted organization.
Yeah.
So I would not trade for Shohei. If I'm the Giants, I'm calling the Chicago Cubs. I'm saying, let me get Marcus Stroman and Cody Bellinger, a left-handed bat. He can play first base. He can play center field. He can DA. He's very versatile. Marcus Stroman's having the best year of his career. Don't got to give up too much. Give me those two.
Talking 420, Cody Bellinger.
That's the one.
Do you remember that home run he hit? It was like 420 feet
he's
on 420.
He's the ultimate stoner. He's a giant. He's a Giants kind of guy. He's a Cali. He's not a Chicago kind of guy.
He's cut from the Lincecum cloth.
He is literally that's a Cali guy if I've ever seen one.
It's like come hit this joint with me and come sign this contract. Like at that point.
Yes. Give me Bellinger. Give me Stroman. Shohei will get you next year. Don't you worry.
Okay. So let me play devil's advocate for a second, because if you get him, right, and let's say you have to give up, at least 2 prospects,
We're
right?
at least going to give up Kyle Harrison, who's our number 1 pitching prospect, and I think he's top 10 at MLB's prospects. And probably Patrick Bailey, who's a switch-hitting catcher, which when's the last time we saw a switch-hitting catcher that's hitting 300?
He's been solid for the Giants.
He's been great. That's it. That's the minimum you give up. Plus,
Dude, he caught De La Cruz twice in this series.
He caught him. Do not run on Pat Bailey.
Yeah, it's a new thing, huh?
Stop.
It's a new thing.
He has the most runners thrown out in baseball. He came up in May.
He's got a cannon.
He missed about a month and a half in MLB. He missed a month and a half. He has the most runners thrown out in the MLB.
Yeah. No, I was on my timeline, and there was a whole compilation of just Patrick Bailey catching runners, and I was like, this dude's a stud, man.
And he's a clutch hitter, too.
Yeah.
You're talking about 2 runs on the 8th, 3-run right there.
All right, so
3-run.
like I was saying,
I like that.
let me be devil's advocate, because if you get him for 2 months, it's basically a 2-month-long sales pitch to him.
It is.
And if he falls in love with the culture, falls in love with the area, he's closer to home, right? I mean, he wants to go back to Japan, right? Japan's where
As long as he's on the West Coast.
As long as he's on the West Coast is what he's worried about. But you have a chance to give up, a couple people. Shohei Ohtani's could arguably be the greatest baseball player of all time.
Oh, no, undoubtedly, yes.
If you get but let's say it's a guarantee that getting Ohtani convinces him to stay, would you still give up Patrick Bailey and Kyle Harrison and maybe one other person, maybe Luciano, or maybe who's the other hard hitting guy you guys have in the farm system?
We got Heliot Ramos is a good player in the farm system. We got Will Wilson is a third baseman that we've been high on.
That's like a big hypothetical, though.
I'm just saying, though, because if you get this 2-month period to really sell him on the team, the culture, the location, which seems like it's a big deal to Shohei, right? He wants to stay in the West Coast, and if you go to the Giants, there's a lot of diversity there.
Right.
There's a lot of different things that would really try to convince him to stay. And if that gives you a leg up in free agency, I don't know, man. It seems like it would be worth the shot to do that. Mm-hmm. To get arguably the greatest player of all time who could become that?
I want to say yes, but I'm going to say no for 2 reasons. Mm-hmm. In 2021, the Giants got Chris Bryant, great player. He's been injured the last 2 years, so he hasn't made a mark really. They had him for 2 months, and he claimed to love SF. He wanted to play here his whole career. He went to Colorado. He left. And the Giants have had another revolutionary. They had Barry Bonds. They won nothing with Barry Bonds. They won nothing. They won absolutely nothing. And so the Giants, this is a team that's core players. I'm not trying to take away from anybody, but Brandon Crawford is 36. And Brandon Crawford is not playing like the Brandon Crawford we loved.
Yeah,
he's hitting like 170 right now. And they have all these guys, Mike Yastrzemski, J.D. Davis, the pillars of this organization. They're good stories, but are they really going to be guys that you can count on in 3-4 years? Probably not. And so to give up our future for Shohei and put him on a team that's really unsturdy, I don't want to take that chance.
Yeah.
So I'd much, much, much rather go after him in free agency than to trade our assets now.
Yeah. Dude, you're going to be heartbroken if that dude goes to the Dodgers.
The Angels said they won't trade him there. He might sign there. He lives there.
No, I mean in free agency.
Yeah.
Free agency if he goes there.
But I'm used to it though. The Dodgers, they are like,
They're leeches, dog.
yes, they're
just
it's like
straight
LeBron's
leeches.
their GM. They just get whoever they want.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I'm the youngest. I have a brother. I'm the youngest, and a lot of people that watch this, maybe they're the youngest in their family. It seems like the youngest in the family gets what they want all the time, right? The Dodgers are like the little younger brother, but they're wiser. It's weird. They're younger, but they're wiser. They get everything they want. They got Mookie. They got Freddie Freeman. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised to get Aaron Judge soon. The Dodgers get whatever they want. So go get Shohei. Who cares? The Giants will still win. I don't care.
We'll find a way.
Dodgers
We'll
got
find a way.
The
Bold
Dodgers
claims here from Scanny.
y'all got what?
Get the greatest player in baseball right now. Yeah, the Giants will still win with Patrick Bailey.
Enjoy
and
your
Casey
COVID
Schmidt.
enjoy your COVID ring, okay? Jesus.
Enjoy your COVID
Happy
ring.
y'all won in Arlington, Texas.
The similarities between the Dodgers and the Lakers though is really scary because they really won like that lockdown ring and they haven't won since. And it's
Yeah.
like you guys have a stacked roster all these years and still not getting it done. It's like
Yeah.
it's a little bit disappointing.
But I'm gonna put it on the books. I don't think anybody in the MLB can beat the Atlanta Braves. They are the most complete team. It's not even close.
Is that your pick to win it this year?
And I think that not only do they win the World Series, whoever they play, I think they sweep them or win in 5. They are a machine. That lineup is scoring 6, 7, 8 runs a game. They scored 13 runs last night. They did lose. I won't lie. They lost. It was a crazy game. But they lost.
Who'd they lose to?
They lost to the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Wow.
The D-backs are
The
a
D-backs-
story. They're a story. for
They're
sure.
like I've been making the comparison all season. They're like what the Kings were last year.
Yeah, a little bit.
They got like a young core. They're all on the come up, and it's just like they are doing way better than anyone thought they were going to.
Yes.
It's like what?
And they only have like 3 guys that you can really look at and be like, that. Yeah, they have Ketel Marte, second baseman. He's a great player.
Mm-hmm.
They have Corbin Carroll, who is, I don't know if you have not heard of Corbin Carroll, go to YouTube, look up Corbin Carroll, have fun. And Zach Gallen, he's a Cy Young candidate every single year. The D-backs are a good story. I don't believe that they're going to hold this. I think they're going to fizzle out soon. I think the Giants and Dodgers. Obviously, I'm biased. I think that's a 2-horse race.
Where's Olsen? I thought Olsen was there too.
Matt Olsen?
Braves. No?
He's Brave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about the Diamondbacks here.
Oh, my bad.
The Braves. Oh my gosh, the Braves. You have Acuna. Acuna is the best player in the National League. He's got speed. He's got an arm. He's got home run. He's got 16 right now. I want to say.
Yeah.
That guy can smack.
Yeah.
Matt Olson's Matt Olson's insane. Austin Riley.
Shout out the A's.
Shout out the A's.
Big time.
Austin Riley at third base. He's a Southern.
deteriorating stadium.
Oh,
Cheers to
gosh.
the A's, fellas.
Cheers to the A's. Yeah. Let's pour a shot out for the A's.
I
Oh
will
my
put my
gosh.
glass down to that.
That is tough.
Yeah.
I will leave my glass
really
alone
tough
to that.
see. If you go back and look at like the players the A's decided not to resign
Or
and
traded.
then see what they do like the
Yeah.
year or two after, it's almost like looking at like what the Raiders should have drafted.
Right.
Like the Raiders could have had, I think, Rodgers, Calvin Johnson, and like one other DB that was like an elite one. And it's like you look at what the A's have done. Josh Donaldson traded MVP next year. Matt
Next year.
Olson traded solid
40 home runs
Yes.
on the best team in baseball.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just ridiculous. Their resume at this point is
Yeah.
like shameful. It's like impressively shameful. Literally.
It really is.
It's like, wow.
Looking back on the teams that you guys have had some real squads.
Mm-hmm.
At one time, you guys had like Josh Donaldson, Joanna Cespedes. I
yes.
don't think it's the same team, but you had Cespedes.
No, but
you
they
had
were all on the
Donaldson.
same team, yes.
You guys had John Lester in his peak.
Yep.
You had Jeff Samardzija. All these guys that are like, you look in the books, these are some potential Hall of Fame players.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Rich Hill?
Oh,
I think
God.
Rich
He's
Hill.
still playing.
He is. I think he's one of the oldest players
He's
in
on the
MLB.
Pittsburgh Pirates right
Yeah.
now. He's
Yeah.
a left-handed slinger.
Hey, where's Mad Bum at right now? I haven't followed
He's
him.
on the-
He got
no.
he
on
got
the Diamondbacks.
He got DFA'd, right?
He got DFA'd back in May.
And that's
What?
it.
He had the highest ERA in baseball. And I don't-
Nobody's done anything with him, right?
he's gone, man. I'm sorry to say. I love Mad Bum, Madison Bumgarner. One of
Big
the
country.
big country.
He is driving a Ford F-150.
He's driving more than that. Mad Bum, for those of you, he's Madison Bumgarner, Giants legend, Diamondbacks. Wouldn't call him quite a legend on the D-backs.
Like a vet. He's like an Iguodala type of equivalent to what the Diamondbacks had.
He was an Iguodala, but he put up LeBron stats in the finals, kind of in the playoffs.
Oh, word,
This
okay.
man, oh my gosh,
Oh, when the stakes are highest, Mad Bum's gonna come through.
Oh,
that dude's an
absolutely.
absolute monster.
absolutely, that man is insanity.
Moment's never too big for a Mad Bum.
But we were trying to we mentioned football a little bit. I want to get your take on the Raiders this season. We got football coming back, and we have 9 weeks until NFL Red Zone comes back. We have 9 weeks.
7 hours of commercial-free football start now.
9
Scott
weeks
Hansen,
away.
I need it.
That was good.
Thank you.
That was actually really
every
good.
Sunday, Scott Hansen. Shout out to you.
You've been practicing that. You've been practicing that.
Optimus Prime.
Right.
Autobots roll out.
That was Bane worthy right there. Shout out to. We won't dive into that. But your Raiders have signed our quarterback. For those
Why
of you who
even
don't know,
waste time on this
we have
team?
2 49er fans here, and we have a very depressed Raider fan on this side.
Hey,
You guys just
clinically.
signed Jimmy Garoppolo.
And almost
He's gonna
let that
make his
man go.
debut.
almost let that man go because he wasn't going to pass the physical.
You guys got Jimmy Garoppolo, Devontae Adams, and Josh Jacobs. Max
He
Crosby
pulled a
on
Gary
defense.
Payton the second.
What is your outlook for this Raiders team as we approach this 2023-24 season?
To the bowl, baby.
Every
Jimmy
year.
G to the bowl. Let's go. Okay, on a real note, we're gonna be so ass this year.
Okay, I was going to say, here,
We're gonna
ladies
be
and
so
gentlemen.
ass this year. So here's the thing: the Raiders are wasting Devontae Adams. Get him out. He's on my fantasy team. I need him out of there. Get him to a real quarterback.
Purdy.
He has a disdain against the Niners. Devontae Adams does
Dude,
not like
I don't
the
even know
Niners.
why we're gonna waste time on the Raiders, dude. They're gonna be ass again. What are they? Is it 17 games they play now?
Yep.
Yeah, 17 games.
They're gonna be 5-12.
That's a
I
little
mean,
harsh.
6-11. Dude, they're in the division with the Chargers, the Broncos, who just got Sean Payton.
Is it time?
And the Chiefs.
Is it
Dude,
time that we throw the flag on everybody? Every single year, the Chargers are NFL Network's favorite to win the Super Bowl, and then they go 9-8 and they scratch their way potentially to a playoff spot. They're not that good. I'm sorry.
But we're talking about the Raiders.
Wait, who are we talking about? Who
We're
are
not
you talking
talking. We're not talking about the outlook of the Chargers. We're talking about the Raiders.
I know, but you
and the
mentioned-
Chargers will always
You mentioned the Chargers though in the division.
It's like I want the Chargers to be good.
Yeah,
I
me
want
too.
them to.
Me
I
too.
want them
Like,
to be
I
good.
actually don't mind the Chargers.
NFL
I know they're in the
holds
same
Justin
division as the
Herbert
Raiders.
like a little baby in their arms. They say, "Ooh, here's the." They want Justin Herbert to be the face of the NFL. He's great.
But
is he?
You don't win a game because of him.
I don't know if they want him to be the face of the NFL, bro. He's boring.
There's multiple.
He is boring.
There's multiple candidates for the face of the NFL. Pat Mahomes is the face of the NFL. Joe Burrow is a close second with how he did in the playoffs last year. And then Josh Allen, I guess he's like the neglected stepchild that kind of has to redeem himself. You know, like it's like they have hella candidates for the face of the league.
Joe Burrow is so cool.
I
I'm not gonna
love
lie.
Joe Burrow.
He was at the Hamptons for I don't know the name of the guy, but the CEO of Fanatics. He throws a big party in the Hamptons every year for 4th
Is
of
it
July.
Rick Rubin?
It's Rubin.
think it's
It's something
Rubin,
Rubin.
something
Yeah,
like
maybe
that.
Mark Rubin. Something.
Yeah.
Like that. Joe Burrow looks so good, like full homo. Like he looked phenomenal, bro.
Go ahead. Keep going.
He
Right on the
looked-
mic.
he
Right on the
looked-
mic.
He looked phenomenal. I was like, bro, how do you look that good, bro?
No,
He looked
I mean,
great.
I have to say, I did not think you were going the physical appearance route.
No,
there. I thought you were
he-
just going to talk about how cool he was.
I watched
and,
that
like-
story like 5 times.
No, but that's
Dude,
where-
you look so good.
that's that's also a case where like the motif and personality plays into the attractiveness of an individual. You know what I mean? Same reason why people find Jack Harlow like attractive, because Jack Harlow got some riz to him. He got some.
That's a stretch.
No,
That's a
like
stretch.
no, but I'm saying people like I've come
Now,
across
women
paths
do
with many
find
women
Harlow
find him more
attractive,
attractive
yeah.
because of his personality and his motif.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
way
no,
he
it
carries himself.
Like we
man.
said earlier, like he's probably a self-aware individual that like, damn, I ain't the most good-looking person in the world, but if I act like it and carry this motif like I am and spit bars like he do, yeah, people are gonna find him attractive.
You know, dude, he does that. I mean, let's keep it real.
Yeah.
Harlow knows what he's doing. He's got that thing down to a T for sure.
But much like Harlow, and this is what I say about a couple people in the NFL, I say this about Travis Kelce, I say this about Joe Burrow, I say this about Cooper Kupp. That is one cold-ass white boy. That is a cold-ass white boy. If Brock also has another season the way he did, he might crawl into that conversation.
Bro, come on, he's not there yet.
Bro,
Even if he
but-
puts another season together, he's still not there.
But to
With
come
those
up as
people that you
Mr.
just said.
to come up as Mr. Irrelevant and to damn near like
He's impressive for sure. For sure, he's impressive, but he's nowhere near that level of those people. that you
Okay,
just
yeah,
said.
yeah, you're
We're
right.
talking about Cooper Kupp here.
that was a little biased. That was a little
Here's
biased.
a question for you guys. Next 5, or let's say the next 3 years in the NFL, Are you taking Dak Prescott or Brock Purdy to lead your team?
I'm taking Prescott. Sorry.
Really?
Yeah, just it's longer. What do you call it? There's more evidence. There's more evidence.
Of
Purdy,
what?
Of play.
Disappointment?
Dude, he's not the only reason that the Cowboys lose, though. Like, let's not just put it all on Dak's shoulders. I feel like Dak. Okay, hear me out. Because Dak definitely he makes mistakes at crucial times. But let's not act like he's just some bum that like causes his team to lose all the time. He's still in the tiers, I'd probably put him like a tier 3 quarterback.
Yeah.
And tier 1 is like 3 people long because it's like the elite of the elite.
And I mean, he's only under this much scrutiny for the team he plays for. That's literally it. If he was playing for the Jags, if he was playing for I'm trying to think of another mid team, like the Minnesota Vikings. I feel like if he was playing for like the Vikings or maybe like, I don't know, maybe like a Detroit, he wouldn't be under this type of scrutiny, but it's because he's on America's team. But if he was in a lot of those other situations, we'd probably be talking about Dak Prescott like, oh my gosh, look at Dak with all these weapons. Look what he's doing. Yeah. But it's only because
of the star on his helmet.
Yes, and that was out of his control, but I also would like to bring this to light. This is the delusion and the false narrative that the Cowboys have established for themselves ever since when they last went to the Super Bowl, which was conference finals, not conference,
or our parents
conference
were
finals,
born, basically.
And
championship. There you go. I'm in
NBA
NBA lingo. But no, for real, like they haven't been there in over like 20 years, and it's because from that time they had that title of America's team. They're so used to the standard of excellence to where you start creating unreal expectations for yourself, and to where you start pressuring whoever is on that team and wears that star to show up to the playoffs and win a Super Bowl every year. But then that's just not the case because y'all are delusional. Cowboys fans, calm down.
So to answer your question, Prescott. I'm still taking Prescott over Purdy. Dude, he's coming off of a Tommy John, basically. He's not even practicing in full yet. And you're going to ask me if I want to take a quarterback that's healthy and who had a decent year over someone who had
March.
Why do you say that?
Throwing.
So soft?
He's been throwing.
He's
not been
since
fully
March.
practicing.
That's what the quarterback does. That's progress.
It's rehab, though. It's rehab.
But he's been throwing.
Another
No
Cowboys.
setbacks.
Another
Scanny,
Cowboys
help me
question.
out here. He's rehabbing.
He's
rehabbing.
You're right.
Thank you.
He is.
And so
He's on schedule to start week 1.
I have one more Cowboys question.
this guy
real
is
quick.
standing out to another level right now. This is unbelievable.
Cowboys Nation is everywhere. I have one more question about Cowboys Nation.
I know they're like
And
leeches.
this might come off as insensitive. I don't mean it to come off that way. Jerry Jones, as we know, he's
That man is
probably-
deteriorating.
He is rounded third base. He's on the way home.
Yeah.
Does Jerry Jones see another championship under the Cowboys before he departs?
I don't think so.
I don't either.
I don't
Yep.
think so.
I would agree with you. I don't think that they win anything anytime soon. Because you want to know why? Because Patrick Mahomes is alive and well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
For every I don't care who they trade. I don't care if Kelsey deteriorates. I don't care if they have Pacheco gone, if they have Clyde gone, if Andy Reid gets fired. I'm picking Patrick Mahomes every single time. That dude is the greatest quarterback that I've witnessed, and I've watched Brady through the times that he was playing, and of course, I haven't watched every single Brady game and every single season because I wasn't always following all the Patriots games because I'm a Raider fan and I hate the Patriots. But Mahomes does things that no other quarterback has ever done, dude.
It was a fumble.
It
It
was.
was a fumble.
Mid-sip.
It was.
Mid-sip.
It was a fumble.
It was a
2001.
Hey, have you? I asked him last pub, but have you watched the quarterback series on Netflix?
not.
Dude,
I
I
keep
still
hearing
haven't.
about
I need to.
You two, but before next one, you guys got to watch at least the first 2 episodes.
Yes,
bro.
yes.
Dude, you guys have to watch it.
I know it follows
it's
Mahomes, Cousins, and somebody else, right?
Mariota.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. So we were talking about how it's like somebody fighting for their job, kind of that above average, like mid type of quarterback
And
who,
the best one in football.
and then the absolute best.
It's like every part of the spectrum. You get to see every end of it, and it's super interesting.
Because all the things that they deal with is so different because of what level they're at. Like Mariota's always worried about, oh, am I going to be replaced? Am I playing well enough? Am I getting my respect? Am I, all this different type of stuff. Cousins is like, am I going to show up in prime time? Am I going to win a playoff game? And Mahomes is like, I need to win a Super Bowl. That's it. That's it. And it's cool to see like the contrast between all three of them. But you guys got to watch that, dude. You guys got to watch that. And for me, I'm thinking about like next season already because they're gonna follow. And you guys know who's executively producing it, right? Is the Mannings.
Wow.
It's Peyton. Yeah, Peyton and Eli, I believe. But Peyton is the one that makes an appearance at the beginning to kind of break down what the show's going to be about.
Oh, wow.
So it's a Manning.
You guys seen
it's an
Arch
Omaha
Manning?
production. Yes.
Oh,
He is a unit.
Yeah. Dog.
That fool.
Oh, he's gonna be a beast.
He was at Texas, right? Or is it?
I want to say he committed. Yeah,
Or
Texas.
Texas.
Yeah, I can't.
Texas.
I don't know for sure.
I'm pretty sure it's because
It was one of the alma maters.
Peyton was at Texas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. One of those quarterbacks. Speaking of Mariota, I wish that Jameis would have panned out a little more. He is the most memeable quarterback, but he has got so much talent. He has a lot of talent.
Yeah.
That guy can run. He has a cannon too.
Yeah, no, and remember when he sold us lies? Was it last year or the year before that? And he was like, "Oh, I got contacts or I got LASIK." He was like, "I could finally see again."
LASIK Jameis.
Yes.
That's right.
And I was like, dude, he's about to be actually thrown to the right team this year. And then he just went
Didn't
and
he
got
have a
replaced
great
by
first
Dalton.
game, though?
Yeah, he
He
did.
had
I think
like-
he had like one game where he like really
just went
balled, and
crazy.
everybody was like, "He's back." Like Tampa Jameis is back, and then it was like Red Rocket Dalton took over.
Dude, what is Tampa gonna do now?
Dude, they got
They
Baker.
got Baker.
They got Baker.
They're going to see how far they can
They
get.
have Baker and they have Kyle Trask. Those are their two options.
All I know is Devin White's going to be on the field a lot this year.
a lot of time.
lot.
Is he a keeper for you?
Yeah,
Oh man,
of course,
Easily,
of
though.
course, man.
That's easy.
I think he's probably the best linebacker in the league fantasy wise because of his boom potential.
That is a very biased statement. Can we talk about keeper linebackers real quick while we're here?
Sure. So just to break it down for anybody that doesn't know, we do a Dynasty League, Dynasty Fantasy Football League. It's over a decade. I think the last time we talked about it, it was about 11 or 12 years deep now.
Just
definitely.
know this ain't for the scrubs.
No,
this
this
ain't for
is-
the scrubs.
This is no
If you play
casual
fantasy
surface.
casually, don't come to our court. Don't come here. That even though that's so contradicting, I said court, even though we're talking about football. So don't come to the field. Don't come to the field with your if your cleats ain't
What are we doing
strapped.
here,
Man
fans?
said conference finals / court in the football podcast. Oh my gosh.
It's due to the lovely drinks that we have that have been
Shout out
relaxing
to
me.
Long Drink.
Shout out to
Shout out
Long
to
Drink.
Long
Shout out to the Finnish Long Drink.
Product
We
placement.
love the long drinks. I'm gonna have one more actually. Why not?
Sponsor.
Yep.
Where's the sponsor?
You got to hit us with it.
We
We'll
need
be
it.
here. That's one thing about us. We gonna be here. So, but anyway, so we do like a partial dynasty, and we keep 3 offensive players and 3 defensive players. So just a little background on it. But so we do individual defensive players. So we're gonna talk about some
Yep.
linebackers. Okay, so what? You disagree on Devin White? Okay, maybe not unanimous
He
number
might be
1.
like-
He's top 3 though.
Top 3
He's
is
top 3.
crazy.
Well,
So who do you got?
Number
Who do you
one?
got there?
Number 1?
Yeah.
are we
I'm
considering?
very
No,
biased,
it doesn't
okay?
have to be rankings. Just give me top 3, any order.
Are we talking about like?
Jordan Brooks is injured.
I was gonna say
Exactly.
Jordan Brooks,
That's
but I was
what
gonna say
he's injured.
Foysad Aluakon, fantasy.
Okay.
he only says that because
I'll
he
give
traded
that.
for him, dog.
No.
No, actually, I've had Foyesade when he was on the Falcons.
Foysad? Is he
What? That's his name.
Foysad?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's not. It's Foysad.
Okay, Tarod.
Aluakun.
Aluakun.
Bro,
I swear. It's,
are you
either
gonna tell
way,
me the
bruh.
right dialect of Cantonese to say now? Like,
I'm
damn,
sorry.
bro.
I really was so
Apparently,
confident.
he's fluent in
Little Shandong Tigers
Swahili.
coming out of camp here.
Swangdong Tigers. Okay,
It is. You're right.
chill, bro.
You're right. You're right.
Jordan Brooks, Foysad Aluakon.
Zaire Franklin.
Blake Martinez.
All right, first of all, look.
Pokemon trainer Blake.
Yo, I'm so mad.
That's Ash, bro.
Yo, okay. For further context, dog. Look, 2 years ago, I made a trade with this man here. I won the trade. Just know that. I got Stephon Diggs, Mark Andrews, and Blake Martinez, a top 10 linebacker who was previously on Green Bay, went to the New York Giants. I sent him Calvin Ridley, George Kittle, and who was the third piece in that trade? I can't remember.
Fred Warner, I want to say.
Fred Warner.
Pretty sure it's Fred Warner. Yeah.
Was Fred? Oh my god.
But he's not a fantasy linebacker.
He's not.
This
He's
dude
not.
tore his ACL though. Long story short, this dude Blake.
I saw he was talking about Fred. I said when?
No, Fred is such a great technical linebacker for your team. But
He is the template, yes.
You're gonna get 72.5 points.
Yeah.
Every game.
If you go
Standard
look
scoring
back at
7
his
points.
game log last year, he had 72 or 77.5, like so often.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
easily
Dre
half of his
Greenlaw is
games.
much better fantasy wise.
Yeah.
He's the
For any
run
of you
stopper.
Fantasy players are there if you're doing individual defense.
IDP. Yep.
Dre Greenlaw. And shout out to Talanoa Hufunga while we're here.
Just because.
Speaking of, we're very biased here,
What
as
we
you can see.
we digress.
Just shout out every Niner. Yeah, hey, by the way, Bosa's going to be a good pick this year.
Defensive player of the year.
Everybody but McGlinchey. We don't want you anymore.
Oh, wow.
He's actually gone. He signed somewhere else.
Oh, yeah, he did. He got
Is
paid,
he in
too.
Denver now?
Dude, he got paid. I
Yeah,
think
he's in
he
Denver.
is, actually.
Screw you.
Why did he get cashed out, though? For being absolutely mediocre.
For being a
Mediocre.
prospect. For being a
Before I
prospect.
forget, just so to digress back to Blake Martinez, after we made that trade, Blake Martinez tears his ACL the first week I play him. He's out for the season. I keep him from coming into the next season. He gets dropped by the Giants. He gets picked up by the Raiders. And then middle of the season, he retires. He's gone.
To sell
Done with
Pokemon
football.
cards.
And I see now not about a month, literally like a week ago, this man retired from the NFL to sell Pokemon cards. Huh? Huh?
He's made $11 million doing it, and he's employed about 10 people now in his company.
Much respect to it.
You
Start your
gotta
business.
respect that grind.
Right,
though.
much respect to it, but you cost me a championship.
Can I enter the same trade? Okay, Calvin Ridley. 2 weeks later, he left. So A, he left for personal reasons, and then B, he was suspended for gambling on the NFL. And if I'm going to be honest with you guys, that trade took place while I was drunk in Hawaii on a boat. I was going scuba diving in Hawaii while I was negotiating trade talks with him. And looking back on it, I would have never taken it.
Hey,
Those pina coladas accepted the trade. Okay.
Hey, he sent it. He sent it.
No.
He sent it through.
The pina colada sent the trade. I didn't send a damn thing.
It's about damn time Scanny gets scammed, though. Like, he's
Oh, no,
always
I
scamming everyone
deserved
else.
it. I deserved it.
The,
Absolutely.
the only person in our league that has a winning record in trades against Cam, your boy right here. I'm the
I
only
gave
If you
this
want to
man-
talk about drunk transactions,
I gave this
if
man-
you want to
Oh,
talk
yes.
about drunk
Playing
transactions,
I gave
playing
this
cornhole
man,
at a bar.
I gave him Devontae Adams. Who was the second receiver? I gave
Chris
him?
Godwin.
Oh, Chris
Godwin.
Godwin, the target monster, 16 targets a game. I gave him Chris Godwin and Devontae Adams pre-Raiders. This is Packers Devontae Adams for DeAndre Hopkins and DK. First half Metcalf. The second half. This
and
man-
that was when Russ was still there, too,
and
right?
yeah, no, Russ was still there.
Because now you got Geno Metcalf. And,
I didn't expect Russ to fall off a
still
cliff.
hurts to hear.
Oh my god!
You didn't
Russ
keep
still
him,
hurts.
did you? Or did you?
No. It's Waddle season, baby.
Yeah, who are your offensive keepers?
Jalen Waddle, Aaron Jones,
And Madison.
and Alexander Madison. It is
this could
Madison
either be the
season.
smartest keep or the dumbest keep.
It was
of all
either
time.
him or DeAndre Swift. And DeAndre Swift, if you're listening,
Or DK
Screw you.
Metcalf.
hey, I mean they
Or
didn't draft.
DK.
They didn't draft a running back.
but my problem with DK is they drafted a Jackson Smith and Jiba, and if you don't know about Jackson Smith and Jiba,
You gonna find out.
he is a baller. The problem with him in Seattle is they run mostly two receiver sets, Lockett and DK for the most part.
They might change it this year, though.
They
with
might.
him.
You never know. Lockett could be on his. No, I mean he's still productive, but I'm gonna say you could see in G because you
Dude,
need that big body receiver on the
Yeah.
field regardless.
Yeah.
They've got
Oh,
Pete
DK's
Popovich over there.
doing- yeah.
Do you hear this man's diet?
DK?
DK.
It's candy, right?
He eats one meal a day, has a cup of coffee, and eats about 4 bags of candy.
If he,
Some people just get dealt a really good hand, man.
that might be a cap though. I feel like he's capping.
He's
low-key.
dropped that. Well, I
Could
mean, that's
be.
what he says. Like, no one's fact
I mean,
checked
you look
him,
at him, you're
but,
like, dude, if you eat like that and you look like that, it's like, bro.
That's
No,
unfair.
It's like he got dealt like an ace king, like from birth. And it was like, you can do whatever you want. You can eat whatever you want. You're still going to be the biggest dude on the field.
Yeah,
It's like,
he's got that Giannis build to him. The
yeah,
football Giannis.
imagine if you ever took his diet seriously.
Yeah,
Him and
He'd
AJ
play,
Brown.
he'd play
dude.
17 games a year.
dude.
AJ Brown, because I remember they took that picture before they got drafted. Remember they were in the weight room together?
Yeah.
They took those pictures together, and I'm like, God damn.
Did you guys see the NFL? It wasn't. Maybe, I think it was Madden actually. Madden just ranked the top 10 receivers for Madden this upcoming year.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, Madden rankings are so
had
trash.
They had D Hop over AJ Brown.
What?
They had D Hop as the 93. They had AJ
What?
Brown underneath him.
Yeah.
That is absurd. That is. I think Jamar Chase was on 94. Come on. Come on.
That'd be interesting. We should pull up, if you can pull up those Madden NFL ratings by position.
Right here.
Yeah, that would be solid. We could talk about that. Random, because I thought about this while we were talking about Lockett and DK.
The top 5 shakes out pretty. It makes sense. The top 5 makes sense. You have at number 5, you have Stephon Diggs. Number 4, you have Cooper Kupp, both at a 96. Number 3, you have Devontae Adams at a 97 overall. Tyreek Hill at 98 overall, and Justin Jefferson, rightfully so, at 99 overall. You got the custom cleats and everything.
Is this? I seen D-Hop on Instagram like 2 days ago that was 93.
At a 93, no, D-Hop. I think his rating dropped down when he signed to the Titans.
They seen Ryan Tannehill. They said, "No, sir, you are an 85."
They said, "Nope, drop that down."
Immediate patch. They were like, yeah, we're going to have to drop you down to like an 84.
Dude, he's not even in the top 50. No, this has to be wrong. Let me do it.
He was probably a free agent when this dropped.
That can't be right.
He's at a no. Wait, no. He's not on this list because he's a free agent. Because I'm all the way down at the 80s.
No, but what I was going to say, going back to the Seahawks really quick, Lockett, that dude's good for a 300-point game like 3 times every season. And every other one, it's like either just over 100 or like 50 points.
And that's what validates you in keeping him for when he has those 300 games.
He's one of those players that if you're gonna double down on it, then you got to be grateful when he does that. But if you're playing against him, you love it, because every single week, if you're playing against somebody who fields Lockett, you're like, if this is the one week that he goes off, I'll shake your hand. But if not, I'm good. That's basically like a dud at that position. I'll take playing against Lockett every single week over playing against DK.
There's 2 players that come to mind for me that fall within that same category. One, I've had him on my team. I'm biased, and I'm probably going to draft him again next year. Mike Williams. Mike Williams, when he's on, when he hits. But when he duds, like, you just got to ride the wave with him.
Trash.
The other one that I would mention is, funny enough, I would actually say Dak Prescott. Because when he's on, he is on, and he will get you points. But like when he duds,
he's either Mahomes or Andy Dalton. There's no in between.
Yeah, there's no in between. It's a thing with him. He always plays. He usually plays down to the team that he plays. He either plays down or he plays up. It's not a consistent thing.
Who's the player that this year in fantasy you have an eye on? There's a couple players for me. Bijan Robinson is very intriguing.
Falcons?
Bijan Robinson, that backfield is damn near empty with it. He has the keys.
Yeah.
And Amari Cooper with Deshaun Watson now for a full off season of training Amari Cooper is very talented. Do not let his past.
Yeah, the Cowboys were stupid for letting him go. Like that was, I mean, if it was for cap space reasons, sure, but he had at least another year on his contract left. Like y'all could have ran it back up, because now it's the CD Lamb show, but CD Lamb has proven he's not that guy.
The dropper.
Yeah, he's not that guy yet. He had that good game against
he could take
Green
that
Bay
step, though, this year.
You
never know when somebody can just take that next stride and become that number one.
He got to put some meat on him. I'm not gonna lie. He's a twig. He needs to be able to manhandle some of these corners, because he could be getting pushed around and manhandled.
He's hit the weight room a little bit.
Yeah, no, for real.
By the way, Mike Williams, huge fancy guy. Like you just look
absolutely.
at his game log and like the way he plays, and you're just like, yep, that's a Fancy Suns player through and through. Just like CMC is a Zilla's player. Mike Williams is the fancy, like, poster boy.
Yeah. I honestly, you know what, for Zillas.
He's the first half of the season player.
Shout out Gob. For the Gobzillas, I am actually happy about the Christian McCaffrey resurgence, because it started to get to a point to where he was riding so tough for Christian McCaffrey to where it's like, bro, what are we doing now? Like, what are we doing now? Yeah. Like his last couple years on the Panthers, it's like, yo, dog, like this man is.
I bought him a McCaffrey T-shirt for his birthday.
That's what cemented it. That's what cemented it. Because I was knocking at his door for a declining McCaffrey. I'm like, yo, come on, come on, bro, give him to me. I was gonna give him my first round pick and Joe Mixon for Christian McCaffrey. I'm not gonna lie, this is like the insider of what that trade was gonna be like.
Another fancy guy, Joe Mixon.
Oh, huge.
Not anymore.
And he didn't even keep him.
Yeah.
That was what's crazy.
No.
First 2 picks, Mixon, Mike Williams.
Mixon, Brees Hall, what you talking about? I'm happy for the resurgence of Christian McCaffrey, because now I feel like it revitalized the whole league, and it also revitalized Zilla's. and just Christian McCaffrey in general. Like, it's a resurgence of his career.
He's also a 49er now.
He's also a 49er, which
I was gonna
is
say,
beautiful.
yeah. Oh, I'm just randomly happy about the resurgence of McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Says the Niner fan.
I just texted this man Fleet a few days ago. I said Devontae Adams is a Raider, McCaffrey is a 49er. We are living these lives. This is happening in real time.
It's so crazy. This is my life.
And I will say I'm proud of Fleet last year because Fleet made two very, very non-Fleet choices in the draft. He went for Saquon Barkley. I don't think there's anybody further from Saquon than a Fleet guy. A Fleet guy is a logistical. He doesn't get injured. He's going to get you at least 90 yards or at least a touchdown per game. This man went Saquon back-to-back Nick Chubb.
Who's been hurt so much.
Yes. And Nick Chubb's more consistent, yes.
Yeah.
But Saquon.
I went running back heavy.
You want to hear something? You know, and I called out your draft pick. Remember before the draft, I told you exactly what you were going to do. I didn't say who you were going to get, but I said you're going to go running back and running back back-to-back. And there was another sucker punch that he did to us in the draft. I want to say maybe 2 or 3 years ago. This is when, I think this was maybe before we had keepers.
Oh, God.
He had the 8th pick. So he snake draft. He go 8 and 9.
Because I had one. So
you go
naturally
8
the
and
last
9.
pick.
He picks Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill back to back.
God, that makes me cringe right now.
I sat there and I was like, how did we? I mean, it's not that
happen.
It's not like how we let it happen. That's just how the draft happens. But it's like there's nothing that we could have done. But it's like, damn, yo, that's crazy. And I took that strategy. You know what's crazy? I had the 10th pick in a 10-man league I did back in 2021, I think. This is when I used to work at Nike. Shout out to my Nike homies. But also, Nike, you can kick rocks. Also, but I had a 10th pick, and I went Stephon Diggs and Tyreek Hill back-to-back. And that same year, I won. I won my first championship, my fantasy championship, but it wasn't in this league, so it matters little, very little at this table.
The thing with fantasy now, it's like running backs that are workhorses, 3-down backs, very, very few and far between. Right. So now it's like it's a wide receiver fantasy league now, dude. Even like the wide receiver 2s will get picked over the running back 2s like every day of the week.
And it's also the PPRs. Because the fact that you're in a PPR league, like you want whoever's going to get the ball in their hands the most. Yeah, that's who you want. So
one of my biggest gripes about PPR, I absolutely despise leagues that do full point PPR. I cannot stand it. I lose sleep over those people's leagues because I'm like, like, dude, think about Godwin. Yeah. 12 catches, 77 yards. He just got in our league. He just got 120 points on catches, bro. Yeah. On catches. And other people's leagues, 12 points versus 7.7 for the yards. I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? In no way, shape, or form should the catches be worth more than the yards you get on the catch. Right. Dude, it's unbelievable. Joseph plays in a league like that. And it's like, for those who don't know, Joseph's my older brother, but he plays in a league, full point PPR. And I'm like, dude, it's so gross, man. And like when you win because of it, it's glorious. But you still sit there and you're like, that's some cheese, dude. Like it's just so bad, man.
I feel the same about leagues that have the first down point. If you score a first down, that is so random. That is so random. At least let fantasy be decided by let fantasy be decided by logistical things. Mm-hmm. A first down is it's random. It's random.
Literally 2nd and 2, all of a sudden you get more points, but more than
because it was a first down.
A 2-yard gain is now all of a sudden valued at the same for a bonus point for a 20-yard catch because you got a first down. Stop it. That's ridiculous. And that's why our league is supreme. I can't even lie. I'm not trying to toot our own horn here, but
toot that thing. What you talking about?
I mean, I'm just saying because our scoring system and our roster. Oh my goodness, most people, I would say majority of people wouldn't survive, and that's all, with all due respect. Yeah. We field 17 people every week. 17 people, bro. A quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 3 flexes, a tight end, a kicker, a defensive end. Yep. So defensive special teams.
Which we might get rid of, which we've discussed.
Dude, we were talking about this. Everyone was super against it.
Another random thing.
Yes.
It's another random thing.
Dude, our league is so random. Hold on, let me finish the breakdown of the starting lineup though. Quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, 3 flexes, kicker, defensive team, special teams unit, D-end, linebacker, defensive back, 2 or 3 defensive utilities. I want to say 3.
I want to say 3.
Yeah, 3 defensive utilities, and that's the whole roster. Is 17 or 18 starting each week. It's ridiculous.
Like,
our scores get
40
into
rounds in the draft.
Our scores get over 2,000 because we've multiplied everything by 10. It's just a fun league. It makes the scoring way more entertaining. And dude, I have not met many other leagues besides the one that my father plays in, who's very similar scoring
They're
system.
straight up keepers, aren't they?
Yeah,
Like,
but they
straight up.
field less than us. They only do like they do a smaller amount of IDPs than we do. They field a whole offense basically, but don't field a whole defense. So that's the difference.
Interesting.
Which for me, I'm like, if you're gonna have both, make them equal, which is what we do. So, but man, I'm telling you, man, the defense is a game changer in fantasy, man. Because everybody's like, oh, your player's off the field, you don't got to watch the game anymore. But if you're watching, you got IDPs now. All of a sudden, you got your wide receiver on the field, but now your linebacker is making the tackle on your wide receiver. You just got double points for that.
And your safety gets a pick 6. Oh my gosh! Again,
And then you have the same defensive unit too.
My God.
Like if you got Talanoa Hufanga,
I was just about to say.
and you got a pick 6 from him, and then you got the Niners defense. You just got 2
my
pick 6s.
gosh.
Dog, week 1.
Switch a game like that.
Week 1, Minka Fitzpatrick.
Oh man.
Put up 260 points. That's 26. That's roughly 25, 26 points in standard scoring. That's in safety. Getting
That was
me
against me.
quarterback numbers.
That was against me.
And I still lost that week because Aaron Rodgers put a dud. Christian Watson oh my God, he dropped that easy touchdown,
I don't know
dog.
what it is, man.
You
Monday
started
Night
Christian
Football.
Watson in week 1.
No, I'm saying, I started Aaron Rodgers,
dropped
but Christian
oh,
Watson
wow.
dropped that touchdown.
I
And,
remember that it was his first pass opportunity in the NFL. Wow.
dude, like, it's rough out here.
I would watch a lot of games outside on the patio. We had like a little like streaming area, and I can't emphasize how many times I said Talanoa Hufanga, screaming it, absolutely screaming it. The entire city of San Lorenzo knows who Talanoa Hufanga is. I promise you that.
How about no more Commanders?
No more Commanders.
Go ahead, Fancy. I know you had the.
Bro, it's about time. That team, no.
They sold it, right? So,
Yes. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so the Washington Commanders, almost said their old name. Washington Commanders today just finalized this. Dan Snyder finalized the sale of the team for about $6.05 billion. His original investment into the team was around $700,000. And if you look at his return investment, it's almost over 700%. So it's safe to say that was a very smart investment, a good investment. But this was long overdue. The Commanders, Redskins, whatever you want to identify them as, have a long-standing history of inappropriate workplace culture, inappropriate workplace, language, treatment of employees, all the way up and down the chain. And it's a lot of drama in the background, but the team's on to a new ownership.
And the thing that I saw was, on top of that, they're going to rebrand completely. And so I was talking to you guys before we started recording. I was like, that's got to be the shortest name stay of all NFL franchises.
Yes.
Probably, and maybe in all of sports. I mean, how
such
many
a
times?
bad one too.
Oh,
God,
it is. It's
terrible.
atrocious. It's deserving of this title of being the shortest one to ever stay. But if you think about all teams and you think about a name change, right? Commanders, and it's what, 2 seasons? And they're going to change it
Was
again?
it 2? I thought it was 1.
No, it was 2.
It was 2. It was 2 seasons. Well, no, they were the Washington football team.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
I think it's 1-1.
You're right.
one.
So
They-
football team, dude, talk about how
Let's go, football team.
How generic is that, dude? It's literally like a created team. I'm good. I still got some. But dude, you talk about you're like, we can't come up with a new one. Let's just call it the football team.
Let's call it the football team.
That's so lazy.
It's like a year
That's
hiatus.
so like Little League.
I mean, for what
It
it's
is,
worth,
it is.
There was a similar transition like that to my alma mater, San Lorenzo High School. There was a point in time where they were just called. So my class, when I graduated, we all graduated 2016. These two went to Arroyo High School,
Shout out
home of the
Dons.
Dons. Fuck the Dons. It runs deep, dude.
No, go ahead, Grizzlies. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
This is where we're going. So my class in 2016 was the last class to graduate as Rebels. That was our mascot. Someone
Stand on that hill there, Fancy.
someone that had too much time on their hands pushed the issue to change the name, and they then got rid of it. But for a year, they took a hiatus from having a name. So they were just called San Lorenzo High School. That was it. San Lorenzo High. That was it. Then the
There was
following
no
year,
mascot at all.
there was no mascot. They were just SLZ.
What about at a football game? Basketball. What did y'all root for?
So they bought new uniforms that literally just said SLZ on them.
Wow.
Yeah, like literally just SLZ.
That's sad.
Because all the other uniforms said
Poverty
Rebels.
high school.
It
I
was
couldn't go
Poverty
there.
High school.
Couldn't go there.
Yeah, the number
While
5
you
was
were there
peeling
too,
off
though.
of my jersey, dog. So it was that was a no. Hey, I
Yeah.
made it out though.
Yeah.
But basically, yeah, it went through a similar type of name hiatus of just not having a mascot.
Cancel culture, man. It'll attack anyone.
Yeah, no, all levels of society.
They came for the Rebels too.
Don's next.
Dude, I'll tell you what, it's probably equally as controversial.
Honestly.
If you start talking about it. And as long as
Research
you-
the Dons for a little bit. Oh my goodness.
all you need is one parent that's slightly triggered.
Right.
They bring up a little bit and then
Slightly triggered.
yeah, that's it. That's all you need. Everybody gets on the bandwagon. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
so.
You're a Larry Smith away from being on the wagon.
Oh, wow. That's a deep
deep
cut right there.
dive.
That's a deep dive. We gotta I'm gonna overlay the article on our video.
Cyberbullying takes over Arroyo High School, featuring Anthony Donez.
Yeah. No, dude, that article, man, dude, I remember you sent it to me. Oh my god. Yeah, go. Yeah, you're good. You know where it's at. Yeah, you know where it's at.
Willpower needs
I
to
already
use the
I already
bathroom.
muted your mic, but good try, Fancy. No, but I mean, that was a crazy occurrence. Anyways, deep reference for those who know, you know. But so Hard Knocks, we wanted to talk about Hard Knocks as well.
Bro, first year of the Jets.
Yeah.
And the first year of Aaron Rodgers on the Jets.
Yeah.
That is a very strange fit. And honestly, it could work, though, because you have a veteran quarterback with all these young receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Fantasy note, Garrett Wilson. Is he a top 10 receiver in fantasy this year? Because he might just be.
Yeah, I mean, if he is, he's just at 10 or 9. For me, it's like, I don't know if he takes that big of a jump,
Right.
but we'll see. I mean, I wouldn't put betting money on it. That's
No
what I'll
way.
say. So,
Is Elijah Moore still employed by the Jets?
I don't know.
Because he is so talented.
Yeah, I don't
He is
know.
so
I
talented.
thought, because they just moved Denzel Mims, right?
Yeah, they did. Well,
Um,
they made it clear they want to trade him. If they can't, they're going to release him.
No, they traded him.
Oh,
they
where-
did.
where's
They
he going?
traded him to, I can't remember where they traded him to, but they traded him for for some picks or something like that. They already
Wow.
moved him. Yeah. It might
He's
have
a,
been.
he's a Baltimore guy. He's probably in Baltimore.
No, it wasn't Baltimore, I don't think. But either way. But yeah, Rodgers could work, but for the Hard Knocks, I'm kind of wondering, like, are they gonna do a whole segment about his darkness retreat? Because I'm curious
that
to see
was
if they're
like-
gonna go like, hey, paint us a picture. Like, what are you doing there? And he kind of like does a deep dive into it. I wonder if he's gonna deny to comment or if they're gonna make a whole little segment
Do
about
you
it.
think he actually did it?
Oh, for sure.
Do you really? I
sure.
doubt it a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if he did it.
I think he did.
He's a
He seems like somebody that would do it.
He does, but he's also a headlines kind of guy. He's more like I'm gonna go on a darkness retreat, and what I mean is I'm gonna stay in my room in
Yeah.
the Hamptons again, and it's some nice
Yeah.
room.
No. I could see him like having, even if it's not like legit, like I'm gonna travel to some like unmarked location and do this. It's one of those ones where he actually has like an isolation tank or something like that, and like stayed in it, and then only because there's no way he can just stay in
submersible.
the, yeah,
or
he.
little
Wow.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, no, where he does it for hours at a time, and then
Right.
when he's done, he gets out, eats, goes to the bathroom, sleeps, stuff like that.
That was
But
the fastest urination of all time.
that was record time there, Fancy. Welcome,
Welcome
back
back.
to the
We're
party.
talking about Rodgers and his
I heard
darkness
y'all.
retreat.
No, because as I was leaving, I heard y'all started talking about Hard Knocks, and I was like, I was trying to tell y'all, don't talk about Hard Knocks yet. I was like, wait. And so I
The
had
show must go
had to make
on,
it fast.
man. We don't.
No,
wait,
I respect
we don't
it.
wait for no pee breaks.
But exactly, but I peed expeditiously fast.
Man. You had to get back in
What a
time.
word.
expeditiously.
But so the thing with the Jets is, or at least that I've heard from multiple people, is that they were not even interested in doing it.
They
weren't. That everyone else declined, and then the NFL was like, "Well, we need someone," and the Jets seem like an exciting team to document because Rodgers is going there now. He's in a new place.
This
and
is Hollywood.
Like, they basically like, "You're gonna do Hard Knocks. Like you can't say no to us." Mm-hmm. Which is like crazy to me.
It's
like,
out
I
of
didn't
pocket.
know that they could do that.
Because that just kind of shows you. It shows you that Hard Knocks is not a dying brand. Don't get me wrong. The people still want Hard Knocks, but it's starting to become kind of looked down and like frowned upon in the NFL because like, and much to their point, like it's a distraction, dog. Like it's a distraction. You have all these camera crews around trying to get every single aspect of when you're trying to prepare and do well in your craft. And it's like, how do you focus on film sessions when you have a camera lens right here looking at you? Like, bro. And it's, I think, because I always figured in past seasons, we've had teams agree to it, you know, like they were like, okay, they agree to it, consent.
Like the
Keyword
Raiders.
Consent. Like the Raiders. Oh, Antonio.
That was a hell of
a year,
Knock
bro.
season. That was a
That
content
was the
machine.
Antonio Brown year?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that was
When
a
he
content
painted the
machine.
helmet?
No,
when
the cryo chamber with his
Yeah,
feet.
with his feet, froze his feet
yeah,
off,
yeah.
and then started
Yeah.
walking off of practice, and just did the whole thing where he was like celebrating when he was like, "I'm free, I'm free." Remember when they called him and were like, "We're releasing you"?
That man is such a nutcase. I can't even lie. But
Yeah,
That man came on his maid. That's crazy.
that is crazy.
that man
That's
was
crazy.
that man was at
you see him on
public
Twitter?
pool.
Oh, yeah.
With
Did
Did you
his
see him on
phone?
Twitter? He was
Yeah.
like, "Let me get next."
On what? On what?
Lena.
Yeah.
Oh my.
What you about to
God,
do with that
man.
little meat? Says Adam 22.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that
Yeah.
post of Antonio Brown? He was literally in a public pool and he was just like,
Yeah,
pelvis
yeah.
up, and he was just beating
did-
it,
I
dog.
did-
I
I
was
did
like,
see that.
oh my
Why
god.
is it
Dude,
always wide receivers that go off the deep end? It's always a wide. It's never a
Because
running back.
It's
You
those
wanna-
crossing routes, man.
No,
those
it's
things
that
will
hit.
get-
It's Vontez Perfect. When Vontez Perfect hit him over on that shallow cross, that is when the brain cells started to decline. Started to
Man.
straight decline.
Yeah, it's brutal.
That was a hell of a hit. Oh.
It was a scary.
That was a
hit.
scary
That was
hit,
scary.
man.
If you were going to be hit by one linebacker, who's the least? What linebacker would you least want to be
Probably
hit by?
Ray.
Ray, yeah, Ray's crazy.
Ray,
Yeah.
yeah.
First one that comes to mind.
Yeah.
I would say close second would be Patrick Willis or Luke Kuechly.
I was the same exact thoughts.
Kuechly, of course Willis, but yeah, Kuechly was a
Yeah.
monster too, man.
Yeah, and then if we had to do a fourth, I'd say Bobby Wagner.
Wagner, yeah,
Like Chris Borland.
No, if we had to talk about someone that I did not want to get hit by, Cam Chancellor.
Oh my
yeah.
Cam
God.
Chancellor.
For
Ooh.
Dante
Uh-uh.
Whitner too.
Dante
Dante
Hittner.
Hittner,
Yep.
yes.
Dante Hittner. Deshaun Goldson could actually lay some iron down too. He was a boy.
Hey, shout out to Ahmad Brooks. A lot of Niner bias
Like,
here, but you know
like, what are
No
we
shame.
doing here?
Justin Smith, the cowboy. I was just talking about
Alden Smith,
I was just talking about
The drug dealer,
Wow.
the gun smuggler.
Reuben Foster, the killer. No, he was the gun holster. Wait, what did he get arrested for?
Reuben Foster?
Yeah.
I have no clue.
Oh my god, this show is off the rails now.
Henry Ruggs. Oh wow.
Just because.
Just
Just
dude, that
Henry.
was crazy. Honestly, like
That was. I
Dude, you
wasn't
remember
ready
seeing
for
the
that.
video? Like
Dude,
after
that's-
it happened,
that's
he was
like-
just
When he's
sitting,
sitting
on the
there?
ground.
Dude.
Dude,
dude,
that's a sad video.
it's
man.
traumatizing, bro. Her name was Tina Tinsor with her, and she had a dog with her.
I
Man.
want to say Tina Turner. I'm like, bro,
Dude,
Tina Turner's
you want to
dead.
know what's crazy? And I was talking to my coworker about this like a few weeks ago because we were touching on like NFL and like because the verdict on Ruggs had just come out, which he's like only doing like a few years or something. Or I think he's doing
Wow,
like
I didn't know.
I think he's doing like 4 or 5 years or something like that. Dude, it's like
That's insane. He had a DUI homicide, bro.
yeah.
He was what was his?
But
He was going like 120.
He was going 120.
But the reason I was talking about it is because I was telling my coworker and we were like, everyone was mad and like, yeah, because he killed someone, but because he killed a dog too. It was like there was
Yes.
a dog in that car and everybody was like, F you, Henry Ruggs.
That's
Like,
true.
It was like, no,
That's
this is
true.
where we draw the line. You want to kill another human? That's okay. We'll live with that. Everyone does that daily. But if you want to kill a dog, no.
You canine
No.
killer.
The government screamed.
You go to the jail right now.
The government was screaming, but PETA screamed louder.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Bro, like they tried to incarcerate Randy Johnson. For those of you that don't know, Randy Johnson is a pitcher in baseball. He's retired now. He was pitching in a live game, and a bird, a bird literally crossed the pitching plane as he threw the ball, and he killed a bird because he threw a 97-mile-an-hour fastball.
He skinned that bird.
He skinned that bird.
Hey.
And PETA wanted him locked up.
I mean, that's what a bird gets for not minding his business.
Do you think that was intentional? Do you think he saw that bird in his peripheral vision and said, it's time to kill him?
He lined it up. He had that thing measured from miles away.
That is insane.
Yeah.
No,
dude, that is one of the craziest sports occurrences, though, is that video. Seeing, because literally the feathers just start flying everywhere like it's a magic trick.
Is that a ball? Is that a ball technically? Or does the umpire, do you call that a ball?
I
don't know. Actually, I don't even know what they called it.
Is that the only redo in baseball history?
I mean, did he swing? Did the dude swing?
No, he didn't swing.
Okay, then it has to be a ball. It has to be a ball.
But is obstruction?
Maybe a foul. Maybe a foul. Because when
a foul, it's not a strike. It was a 0-1.
I mean, even when you
foul. Randy Johnson, number 42.
No,
I got him on the arm.
Where's the John Boy breakdown? John Boy, you're lagging.
Hey, we're shooting 2.
God damn, yo, it's been a long day.
This man said a foul, bro.
It's been a long day.
What sport are we talking about?
I'll tell you what,
when you hit
though.
it across the foul line, it's a ball. Fuck you. God damn it. It's an automatic strike.
Dude. What? This guy is off the rails.
This man's talking about rugby right now.
Just finish.
This guy is a character. He said if the ball goes over the line, it's a foul.
Shout out to our sponsor, Long Drink, keeping us focused and attentive the entire podcast.
Absolutely.
What I was gonna say though is, in today's world, that'd be a pitch clock violation.
Oh no, it absolutely would be.
Yeah,
the pitch. Can we talk about for one? So out of the
You
podcast,
sound like you don't like it.
No, please.
I
Go
don't.
ahead.
Oh wow, really?
So
You're the first person.
this is the first full episode. Basketball, football, baseball. That's our true loves, honestly. And I love basketball and I love football, but baseball's my baby. The pitch clock sucks ass. I'm sorry. We haven't sworn on the podcast. It sucks ass.
I just dropped the F-bomb like
I
2
just dropped
minutes
the
ago.
F-bomb a little bit ago too.
That shit sucks ass. There we go. Honestly,
Okay, in moderation.
No. Honestly, there are benefits to it. Because as a baseball fan too, I'm not gonna lie. There have been times where I'm like, it has been 26 seconds. Throw the damn ball, and then timeout. Like, come on, throw the ball.
Right.
So there's some good things to it, but there have been moments. So I'm gonna use one for a future Giant. Cody Bellinger returned to Dodger Stadium after like 8 years as a Dodger. He's now a Cub. He came back to the Dodger Stadium. He had an ovation by the crowd. He waved to them. He said, "Thank you so much. I love y'all." Tipped the cap. This man had a strike called on him for reacting to the ovation. That is bullshit.
Yeah.
You have to give sports a moment because sports is more than the game being played presently. Yeah, there are a lot of moments in sports, and the pitch clock is a demon. Honestly.
I mean, hey, they stopped the game when Steph broke the 3-point record and when LeBron broke the scoring record. They stopped the game.
Bro,
Said, all right.
not only did they stop the game, they did a whole ceremony.
Yes.
And if it was baseball, strike.
Right.
Get your ass on the mound.
Yeah.
Like,
No commemoration here. Yeah, get back in the batter's box. There's another pitch coming.
Giants baseball. Joey Votto hit his 350th home run over the weekend versus the Giants, or over the week, I should say. Mm-hmm. He played the Giants, 350th home run. Canadian legend Joey Votto. No time to celebrate because the next batter has to come up instantly.
Yeah.
You got to give guys a moment.
Mic'd up a legend, Joey Votto, by the way. That
right.
dude's an absolute superstar when they mic him up.
Next year, when Shohei hits his 74th home run as a Giant, I need a second for him to say thank you. There's got to be a
crazy.
second.
If we could just take a second, too, and I'll start with Steph, but we can talk about LeBron as well. But Steph literally hit that 3 in MSG. They call the whole game. The referees just go to the scores table and just have a seat. And they bring out Ray Allen, Reggie Miller. They have a custom jersey. They pause the whole game. Everyone's just sitting there like, damn. And Steph has pictures, a whole photography session with the ball, with the jerseys. Mid-game. It's literally like the second quarter. It's the second quarter, bro. Like, the game's still in the balance. It's like a 3-point game. They're like, everybody go back to your benches. Like, it's the greatest shooter ever. He just hit the one that everybody was waiting for.
Right.
everybody just pause. And there was like a 10-minute break where he just like sits there and talks.
Then resume.
And then they're like, all right, everybody, let's go. Everybody go back to your seats and let's go. We're playing. And they did the same thing for Braun. Like, he's just like walking around like this. His family comes down. Like, everybody's juicing. And you're like, you got to respect that they give them that moment. But it's funny when you look at it on the surface. Like, if you're not invested in, you're just like, did they just stop the whole game? Like, it's not like this game matters any less now. Like, they still had to go play a game after that.
I love the fact that LeBron told Bronny and Bryce, should I break it tonight? They were like, yes, you should break it. You know what? All right, I got y'all.
Yeah.
I got y'all.
No, it was like,
what a moment.
No, and the hidden funniest part about that whole play was that Thomas Bryant seals for the post up, and he's like, ball. He's calling for the ball, and LeBron just gives him the cold shoulder and hits like a tough fadeaway to break it. But it's so funny.
Who was the shot on? Do you remember the shot?
Ooh, I don't know.
I know. Obviously, it wasn't Shy. Shy's not guarding LeBron.
No, I don't. Oh, maybe it was Jalen Williams. Maybe it was Jalen
So.
Williams.
I see Will's bringing it up right now.
Look up LeBron.
OKC,
record
man. OKC's a team to watch
They're
out
gonna
for.
be a good team.
Honestly, I really doubted Chet Holmgren until I saw his summer league highlights. He's got some good moments in there.
Yeah, that's the thing about like high draft picks that get hurt early. Everyone just forgets about them. Like, literally everyone's like, he broke him.
Williams.
Right.
I was right.
Williams.
Jalen Williams.
Two different games.
We're talking about
34.
Arkansas Jalen Williams. We're not talking about Santa
Not
Clara
Santa
Jalen Williams. Yeah. That's an ode to Bob Fitzgerald right there. Have you ever watched the Warriors broadcast? Every time they play him. Santa Clara style. Santa Clara style. That's Razorback Jalen Williams.
Is Bobby Fitz going to retire when Steph's gone?
I don't know. That's a really good question. I mean, he'd be smart to because the Warriors going to be ass.
Yeah.
So
hey, shout out real quick. Just a quick shout out. Awful Announcing is a big time Twitter account that follows baseball announcers. They rank their 1 through 30. Dwayne Kuiper, Mike Krukow, John Miller,
Giants #1,
and Dave Fleming #1. Let's go, baby.
I did see
they
that.
Didn't. They actually didn't credit John Miller. So did John Miller.
They didn't.
I
saw that.
If you're randomly, and this man met John Miller and had
dinner with John Miller. Yeah, like when we were at the
before
every game.
He is the voice of baseball. He has the perfect voice.
Yeah, man. It was dope because when I was having dinner with him, I didn't even know it was John Miller. Because like me and my coworker Andy, he's the other assistant that helps from the club I do.
Shout out Andy.
Yeah, shout out Andy.
Cool cat.
We have dinner in press dining. This is where like behind the press box where all the employees can go to get a meal during the game, and it's usually some really good food. So we go in, we sit down, all the tables are full. It's me and Andy sitting down, and this older gentleman comes up with a cane. He comes up like, hey, can I sit with you fellas? And we're like, oh, yeah, come on, take a seat. We're talking. We're like, oh, he asked what we do. I'm like, oh, we run the Cloud Club. It's a club over at the park. But he was basically like, oh, like, I've never heard of it. And then he was just like, oh, what was your names? Introduced myself. My name's Will. He introduced himself. Oh, John. And then Andy tells me, oh, yeah, dude, that was John Miller. He texted our group chat. We just had dinner with John Miller. And I look up John Miller, and I'm like, oh, John, that name carries some weight. And I text this man.
Pelota.
Yeah.
Every time.
I text this man, and I'm like, oh, yeah, yo, I just had dinner with John Miller. He said, excuse me? In all caps. Yeah. He said, I am aghast.
Dude, Cam would have been crying in that room if he was just randomly sitting with John Miller.
I would have
Scanny would have done the adios, pelota. He would have done it right
that
to
ball's
him.
headed for Berkeley every time. This man knows his geographical locations because they can play in any city. They can be in Detroit. They can be in Minnesota. Yeah. They can be in Baltimore. He will tell you if there is a ball hit for the second deck, he will tell you the next city over. It don't matter. They could be in Albuquerque for all I care.
Yeah. It's
John
part of their preparation.
Oh, no,
him and Bob Fitzgerald have that on lock. Steph's like, he hit that from Vallejo. They're like, come on, Fitz. We don't even claim Vallejo in the Bay.
No, absolutely. You got Six Flags. What else you got for us?
Cheap housing and crime.
And crime.
Shit, like, I ain't been to Vallejo in forever. I don't know.
It's like Hayward minus Six Flags.
Wait, what? don't ever compare Hayward to Vallejo, dude.
I'm a San Lorenzo baby.
I got some homies from Vallejo. They all right.
Y'all from Hayward.
Oh, the people are decent.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the area.
We saw Najee Harris.
We did see Najee Harris.
We saw again back to his job, Giants guy.
Shout out Najee.
He got us in the Cloud Club on opening day, and they lost. They lost 3-1 versus the Royals, who have 26 wins right now. 26 wins and 70 losses. The Giants lost to this team.
Yeah.
But shout out to Salvador Perez because I had a parlay and he came through the home run in the 8th inning. So shout out Salvador Perez.
Yeah. Fleet's gonna be sliding to the Cloud Club soon.
Have you not been?
Dude. I haven't been yet, but I'm going later in about like a week or so.
What day? Because I'm going to a Giants game in a week too.
You never texted me back, bro.
Which game?
Well, let's talk about this off the air.
No. Let's talk about it. Why didn't you respond, Scanny?
Oh yeah, we can talk about that.
Was it in Backyard Dynasty chat?
Yes.
So I was in Utah last week.
I text you that today.
In the chat.
Yes.
I was in Utah last week.
At the very least, yesterday.
And I was on about.
I don't think it was today.
I was on
yesterday.
1 hour.
Very least yesterday.
I was in Utah last week, and I had 1 hour of sleep. And the Backyard Dynasty chat was going crazy about 10 p.m. And I said, damn, I haven't slept in 24 hours. Let me mute these mother. You for the rest. I have had y'all on mute since I've been in Utah. And I apologize. That's very. I'm going to unmute right now. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I didn't see
Apology not accepted.
I'm going to go. I'm going to go to the Giants versus A's game on Wednesday, July 26th.
While we're sitting here pulling our hair out.
To that one.
I think which game you guys going to?
We're doing the weekend, the Friday.
Who they playing?
Red Sox.
Red Sox.
I'm going Giants A's. I'm going with Gavin, Chris.
Cheap ticket. No,
I'm going with Gavin, Chris, Kevin.
Wow. Why you do him like that?
I'm going with Gavin, Chris, Jesse.
It's a cheap ticket because the A's are booty flakes.
Aren't we gonna go sit behind home plate one of these days?
Dude, I don't know. The time's ticking.
Hey,
Time
yo,
is
home
a-ticking.
plate. They just redid all of the seats. They're all padded leather seats.
Where, at the Giants?
At the Giants.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
We're talking
you're
about
talking
the
about the
A's
A's?
game. Yeah, we want to go sit with the rats.
Oh, what those run for? Like
We want to go
$20?
sit with the rodents.
If any A's fans are listening right now,
$20?
I am so
Okay,
sorry.
chill. Stop with your elitist mentality over there, Giants.
What about
fan.
that? What about that beautiful package they put together of like you could pay $99 to get like 40 tickets to games?
The A's,
no.
You know how down bad you got to be.
Dude, that's like
about $3 a ticket.
Have either of you sat behind the plate at all? Like,
No.
You
Well,
haven't?
we saw Jock Peterson having
So
a
at least,
close.
at least at
Remember
the
when we went?
A's.
No, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
So at least at the A's, like when you sit behind the plate, you get free food and drinks for up until the 7th inning stretch.
Oh,
And
yeah,
you get
you-
2 free drinks
gotta
and
be-
pizza as well.
See, you got to be in the
You
dugout
got to get
club.
the pizza.
You gotta be
What's
in
the
the dugout
go-to
club.
ballpark food right now? Go ahead. Let's do this.
Kielbasa.
Garlic
Not a hot dog.
fries.
Really?
Kielbasa.
Garlic fries.
Give me that big ass sausage, kielbasa, baby.
I'm gonna go hot link or chicken tenders.
Chicken tenders and garlic fries, you know, like I'll meet the middle with that. But if you're at the wonderful Oracle Park, you need to get you a crazy crab sandwich. I'll let you know that right now.
Oh my god, the crazy crab
That
sandwich.
hit, you know when you eat something and it just instantly hits the taste buds right here? That's what you get when you eat a crab sandwich. It just
God, they're so good. They're so good.
There's a lot of tension in
Do
that
you
sentence.
eat crab?
No, I do not.
like I am slightly aroused thinking
so
about
y'all
that
don't-
sandwich
I was
right
just
now.
gonna say, there's a lot of tension in your guys' voice right now. There's a lot of.
If y'all don't know about Fleet eats nothing besides chicken tenders and fries.
I'm cutting this out because it's inaccurate.
You know, that's about it. It's chicken tenders and fries.
Dog,
Oh
he
my
eats
God.
nothing with color.
Absolute fake news
Just
here.
straight
from you
meat
two.
and
You
carbs.
guys should be ashamed of yourselves right now. Absolutely shameful
You
activities.
eat coleslaw?
No.
I don't
Anything
even
with
eat
color.
coleslaw.
Who
He
wants
doesn't eat.
wet ass
I
salad,
hate
bro?
coleslaw. I hate coleslaw, to be honest.
If the
Dude,
and
coleslaw is
I'm
made
white.
well, I'll eat it.
Dude, of all foods, Fancy brings out coleslaw, bro.
You eat macaroni salad?
Hey, macaroni salad's actually good too.
It is good. I can't lie.
That's
It is.
good.
You know, that's a Cam staple.
Oh yeah.
You put raisins in it?
Can I have a sandwich with just bread and chips?
Oh, man.
Not just any chips.
What a callback.
Baked Lay's chips. This is the driest sandwich. There. Okay, that's a deep Easter egg.
Wait, don't go there. Don't go there.
Yeah, we're not gonna
We're
go into
not
that
going
further.
there. Trust
Let's
me.
talk sports. What do you got for us, Fleet?
We've covered everything.
We've covered everything.
Wait,
That
we
we
kind
have.
of side railed from Hard Knocks though. I feel like we were talking about Hard Knocks for a
Okay.
cool minute. We started getting into linebackers.
Let's talk it.
But dude, like, who do you think is going to, aside from Aaron Rodgers, what do you think is going to be the hottest storyline for that Hard Knocks series?
I see Quinnen Williams just being a stud.
Quinn Williams? He
finally
got
He's
paid.
got good personality.
He's got a personality, bro. Like he's just a cool cat.
But did you notice they were taking so long to get his deal done, but when they found out they were doing Hard Knocks without a choice, they went ahead and got him signed up just so that drama wouldn't be playing out for cameras to watch.
Okay. Hear me out. Backup quarterback battle. That's always a gold mine in
Who's
Hard
they have
Knocks.
Zach Wilson and what?
I don't even know.
Mike White?
Mike White.
Mike White's a stud.
He's a stud, dude.
How many mills is Zach Wilson gonna bag this year?
Dude, I have no idea. But I'm just saying, the hottest storyline, always that backup quarterback battle.
absolutely.
Dude.
is.
Dude, remember the one last year and the Lions? And it was like Tim something or whatever his name was, and he like fumbled the game away in like the last preseason. And everybody was like, damn, and he's just walking around like sad as like girls like hugging him.
When
Everybody's
you
like,
think backup quarterback, who comes to
Yikes.
mind? Who's the elite?
Ryan Finley.
I think Brian
Journeyman.
Hoyer.
Journeyman Brian Hoyer is another good one.
Brian Hoyer's up there.
I was gonna say Chase Daniels.
Chase Daniel is a huge one.
He became a starter, but Fitzpatrick's up there too.
Yeah.
Oh, Fitzpatrick is probably one of the goated like backup quarterbacks.
Oh no, absolutely.
Oh,
Fear the
yeah.
beard. No, it's not. Fear
He's
the beard,
almost
but
like
it's,
borderline.
Fear the
not-
beard,
Fear the beard.
Yes.
Fitzmagic. That was his nickname.
Fitzmagic.
But I started thinking about Brian Wilson.
It's funny because Chase Daniel was the backup quarterback for the Chiefs last year,
And then
right?
he was the.
He gets featured in the quarterback series because that game that Mahomes gets hurt. He rolls his ankle or whatever.
Trey Lance soon.
Oh no! Who's the one, bro? Something Cooper from the Cowboys.
Cooper Rush. Yeah.
Cooper Rush
He nice as hell.
from
I
the
can't lie.
Cowboys.
That's gold rush
How about
right there.
Ian Book?
Ian
Let's just throw
Book.
out totally random names. You ready?
Any position?
C.J. Anderson.
Oh my god.
Keep it going.
Eddie Lacy.
God.
Dallas
Oh my
Clark.
God. Oh my God. See, they're better at this than I am. I
Let's
really
go,
have to
Fancy.
go down there.
Let's go now.
What you
Oh
got?
my God. Oh my God. Oh wow.
I'll keep it rolling. Chris Borland.
Wow. Yes. Please keep
I
it
love
going.
me some Chris Borland. Oh my goodness.
Carlos Rogers.
Wow. Deep
That
dive.
was a deep dive. I don't know why I thought about him.
Arian Foster.
Oh.
How about Marcus Tuiasosopo? Is that a real person? Yes or no?
No.
Yes, it is. Backup
wow.
Raiders quarterback. From back
Never
in the
heard
day.
of him.
Yeah.
Jabril Peppers.
Wow. Marcus May.
Marcus safety, right?
Yes.
Yes. Marcus May is safety.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, damn, bro. I'm not good.
Ryan Leaf.
Plaxico Burris.
Ed Reed.
Is that even a football? Is that a football player?
Plaxico's the one that shot himself.
I thought. Wow. I was getting shades of
Remember,
shades.
he's the one that
Reno.
was in the locker room that had the gun. Accidentally shot himself, right?
Did he die?
No. He's still alive.
To whisper
I
that.
think he's on the radio. Actually, I was just listening to the radio, Fox Sports on the weekend, and I think he's a show host on the. How about? And he's with his partner on the way on this radio show. By the way,
Shotgun snap. Pass left side. Just ASMR. This request. Plaxico Burris. Shotgun snap left side.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the podcast.
yeah, right. And dude, have you been seeing those NPC TikTok shit?
We just.
Bro,
She
dude, I'll tell you what, I'll never stoop that low.
be coming in. So good.
Have you seen the dude? He's like, oh, thanks for the glizzy. Have you seen dude? And he like does the Indian bird. He goes like two hands with it. He's like, oh, thanks for the glizzy. I'm not doing it for the camera.
No Sean Moreno.
Wow, good one.
I'm about to cry.
That's a really good
Oh
one.
my goodness.
Oh my god, no Sean. Wow. That's a
You
really
said
good.
You said Eddie Lacy already, didn't you?
Oh,
did.
Cheeseburger Eddie's been taken
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
How about Eric Decker?
Clay Matthews.
How about his wife? Yeah, Jess Decker.
What?
What is she? Is she a baddie or what?
Smash.
Okay. That's such a random knowledge to have. Like you had to have gone to
Oh, no,
Eric
it's
Decker's Instagram
Demarius
page.
I thought-
Thomas. Rest in
R.I.P.
peace.
That was a big fleet guy.
Wes Welker.
Huge fleet guy.
Wes
Oh, yeah.
Welker
Oh, yeah.
never win a
How
championship.
about
Wes.
Amendola?
Big Dan. What a
Big time
guy.
Dan. By the way, he's on the Raiders coaching staff now.
How about Chris Hogan?
Oh, Chris Hogan. Wow.
deepest
New
of
England
all.
Patriots legend.
Well, hey, R.I.P. How
Warren Sapp.
about
Julius Thomas.
Tyler Eifert?
Tyler Eifert, good one.
Yo, Julius Thomas.
Julius Thomas.
The 1 year wonder.
No, he had a good run. He had two.
He
or
had
three
like 2 or
years.
3
Peyton
years
Manning.
with
Yeah.
Peyton, right?
Yeah.
I know because I traded the boss man like senior year. Sorry, I swear there. Effing senior year.
Yeah, no, you're
I
good.
traded Julius Thomas for a
I'll
boatload
just
of guys.
bleep it out, man. It's all
Julius
good. You
was
can cuss as
ass
much as
after
you
the
want.
trade. He was god
Oh,
awful.
yeah, for sure. And then remember, he went to like the Jaguars,
Oh yeah.
and
No.
then he was like fell off the map. Like, he never
Evan
played
Ingram
again.
1.0.
Evan Ingram turned his career around last
And
year.
he signed
had
a
really good
3-year
year.
deal
Yeah,
recently.
he did. He did.
Aaron
So-
Hernandez.
Oh my goodness.
This guy's just going. Dude, he went
The dark
dead.
side.
He went dead in prison. Oh, wait.
Ray
it's
Lewis's victim.
Ray Rice.
Wow. 2 different Rays.
You know, I gotta have variety.
What's happened here?
I don't know, but I'm drawing a line here. We gotta move on.
Drawing a line.
Drawing a line here.
See, this is the only way I can pull up names is because they hold significance because they've gotten in trouble.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Oh
Should we
my
go
goodness.
NBA randoms? NBA randoms?
oh,
now?
y'all ain't about to hear a name.
Chandler Parsons?
Y'all ain't about to hear nothing
Steve
from me.
Novak.
Oh my god.
John Stockton.
That's not a raise. Most assists in the NBA.
Exactly.
That's
It's
okay.
either that or I
take
sit
it,
here and
though.
say
We'll
nothing.
take it though. We'll take it. Let's
Carl
see
Malone.
here.
They're on the same team. It
Corey
doesn't count.
Maggette. I'm
Mike
gonna name
Mil-
a bunch of Warriors.
Mike Miller.
Mikey Moore.
Mike, is that a real name?
That is. Dreads. Look him up. Big time.
Kenneth Fareed.
Eric Dampier.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. How
How about JJ Barea?
about Carlos Boozer?
Jason Terry.
Oh my, Jason Tatum.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Ooh. Never heard of him.
Yeah. Never heard of Tatum before. Let's
Mo
see
Spades.
Mo Spades.
here. That's a good shout. That's
The
a good
mole.
shout.
He had a
Yeah.
mole right there
Oh,
that
yeah.
I could just grab it.
Big
Oh.
Baby. What was his
Yeah,
name?
he had a milk
Hey,
dud right
Glenn
on his head.
Davis.
Glenn Davis. Yep.
Glenn
Big Baby.
Davis.
Wow, look at you coming along.
was
How
on the
about
Clippers.
Jonas Jerebko,
Wow. Oh, Warriors legend.
Warriors champion?
Who was that tall white guy in the Warriors last year?
Nemanja Bjelica.
Bielitsa. Yes,
You're welcome.
Bielitsa.
How about I just seen an article on this guy today. Nikola Mirotic,
Oh my God,
Chicago
Mirotic.
Bulls
How about
legend.
Irasani Ilyasova?
Oh, Ilyasova. What a shout. Michael Redd, since we're talking about the Bucks.
Some more white guys, yeah.
Jermaine O'Neal, if we're talking about white guys. Complete opposite.
Big ass black guy. See, was he a Celtic?
He was a Warrior.
I know he's a
that
Warrior,
for
but I
sure.
think he was a
I think he
Celtic,
was a
too.
Pacer and then a Warrior, and he might have been a Celtic.
Osha Brissett.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that dude's still a free agent, I believe.
He's a good player.
Yeah, I think he's still a free agent. Tayshaun Prince,
Ooh, Torian Prince.
Torian Prince, nice.
Torian Prince. He's a good ball player. He's on.
The Lakers just got him.
Lakers, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good pickup.
No,
that was a good
it
pickup.
really was.
We've really fallen off the rails here.
We have.
Yeah,
Should we conclude this?
Yeah, I think we should probably call it here. So,
All right.
Well, I appreciate you guys tuning in. This is the first episode with all 3 of us. So,
Hopefully, we clean up the next ones.
yeah.
With a little bit of structure, we'll put some planning into it. We were just so excited.
We got off the rails here, but hey, for Fleet, Fancy, Scanny, we're out of here. Catch you on the next one.
our
This is
lovely sponsor.
Backyard Dynasty. See you next time.
Shout out to Long Drinks.
Yes, sir. See you next time, baby.
Right on.